Maybe the third verse. The third verse.
Verse Thursday. It's Thursday. I'm Justin.
I'm Stat Quo. You understand me? We in this thing, you know what I mean? Oh.
All my third verse kids out there, hope you had breakfast. Hope you had some vitamin C, maybe some protein, maybe some exercise. It's going to be a live show today.
Live, man. You know, I'm taking Justin to town, man. For all the people in the chat that's mad at him, I'm here for y'all, man. I'm on y'all, man. For everybody that's mad at Justin, I'm mad too.
It's all happening. It's all
I'm 38
happening.
hot. I'm 38 hot. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. That's funny. Let me go ahead and let me share this real fast over here.
Share it to the people, man. Let them know I'm over here taking you to town.
Oh man. All right, move this over.
They was mad. I was in that motherfucking chat. They was mad at you, Justin. I said, "What's going on with my dog, man?
Hey man, you know
my dog, man."
Sometimes it be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, they was mad at my dog, man.
I've had all kinds of family members mad at me over my course of my life. You know, it happens.
He said I'm sitting like Stephen Hawking. Is that what was Stephen Hawking?
Oh damn, that is a.
That's isn't that dude like Paramount? What shit is that? That's why I'll be reading the chat when I'm on here.
Who said that? Who said that?
Who said that I'm sitting like Stephen Hawking? I just seen that shit. Where is this shit at? I'm over here. I'm riding for y'all. I'm about to get on Justin Ash. Y'all shitting on me in the morning.
Third verse Thursdays. Stat Quo, Justin Hunte, DJ Mormile will possibly be here today. We got chart report on the way.
Yes.
A lot of movements on the Billboard charts.
Yes.
We've got Young Miami and India Arie on the way. We've got our conversation last night with Lupe Fiasco on the way. And some other things going on. So stay tuned and stay rocking with us.
You know what I mean? How was your morning, man?
It's been going on for about an hour. Got some coffee. Was good. Got some coffee. That was good.
You know what I mean? Me and Justin had a podcast before the podcast. We had to hurry up and get off the phone.
That happens all the time.
We was already podding this. We was already having a show before the show. I'm like, let me not say what I wanted to say. Let's say it for the people. You know what I'm saying? Because I was expressing myself. Justin asked me about the Coach of United.
Hold on one second. I want to say one more thing.
Okay,
also, we have a special guest coming today on the show. Yeah, so we have a special guest who'll be here in about 30, 45 minutes.
He confirmed?
Yeah, he just confirmed right now. So he has the link and everything. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put this super chat right now on the screen first because I think this is where Stat was going. Shout out to Tamia Peach. I'm on vacay and can finally watch live. We lit. I need a 30-minute stat rant on last night's stream too.
Okay, so listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to say this, first of all. I'm going to cut my man some grace here. You know, I don't know if y'all familiar with the reason why he's even in hip hop media. You know, I don't know if that's been explained to y'all or y'all don't know. But I do know. And Lupe Fiasco has a lot to do with that. And so I think what Justin wanted to do last night with the stream was to create a space, a safe space, because Lupe, it seemed like all the different podcasts he had been on have been combative. He wanted to create a space around people so that he can express himself and you guys can get a different perspective for what everything else that was going on, so he could be free to speak how he wanted to speak without it being a situation of an argument. You get what I'm saying? So I understand Justin's point of view and perspective of that. And plus, his relationship with Lupe off the internet is one of, I think at this point, would be friendship. He said that he loved Justin. You know, that's when something people just don't really. He's not the type of person that just runs around and say he loves somebody. So there is an alliance that they have, There's an allegiance that they have. So I think you guys, some people maybe wanted it to be combative. I actually told him he should have all the people up there that don't like him. I actually told him that. I said, I don't dislike him, but I would have been good to be up there because me and him would have got the argument last night. You know what I'm saying? And Justin knew we would have got the argument, and that's why I wasn't up there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say I'm cutting my man some slack from that point of view, and I understand why Justin did what he's supposed to do. But I am disappointed in Lupe. I'm really not disappointed in Justin. Because I'm happy Justin got the opportunity to talk to him, so you guys could see it. But I'm disappointed in Lupe that he didn't take the opportunity and the advantage of the moment that he had last night, because he was in a safe space. So I felt like because you are in that safe space, everything that you wanted to articulate in certain conversations that you have been having that may have been taken the wrong way, he had an opportunity to do so without being interrupted to give you guys more enlightenment on where he was coming from. But in that moment, right, he decided to do what most people do, and that is to play victim. Justin has no problem with the victim, what he was saying, because he gave out information that a lot of people didn't know, and he talked about a lot of things that people didn't know. But my issue is when you're in the fire, you shouldn't be pointing the finger. You should say, I did this, I did that. And he knows damn well there are certain conversations that he should be having to the masses. Listen, I'm going to say this and I want Justin to say what he want to say. From a political standpoint, I don't know how to articulate myself correctly. From a relationship standpoint, on how people should be in their relationships, I don't know how to articulate myself correctly. So I'll have that conversation with my loved ones, my friends. I'll talk to Justin, get his opinion. But in no place where I would go and have a real political debate with somebody, because I know some of the things that I might say will be taken a certain type of way. And I wouldn't want to offend anyone by me saying something that's going to be taken in the wrong way. When you say Nas' name, and you group it and you already saying there's hundreds of people better than lyricists than Kendrick, and then you say Nas' name, regardless of what the criteria is that you trying to put before us, that's not a good thing to say. And then you try to clean it up and say, well, no, he inspired me. We live in a society where someone's going to clip that, where you said that, and they're going to put that somewhere. And then the people that don't like you, they're going to say, see what he said? He said the same shit about Nas. He's a hater. And he knows this because the things that he laid out that happened to him when he lost his sneaker deal, these are all things that happened of people taking moments that he had no control over them and them coming back to bite him. So I'm saying, at what point as you're in your 40s do you learn your lesson and grow up? So for me, he wouldn't have got that off, because he would have been too busy being upset with me and me checking him and telling him, hey, brother, this is not the moment of you doing that. And then I would have checked him on his body language. I'm going to say this and then you could go. When I first came on Culture United, my first time on there, I'm watching the TV. I'm looking at the TV. I'm off to the side. I'm watching the game. I'm not engaged. I got this arrogance about me. Like, I'm stat cool. I've worked in this industry 20 some years. I got this. It's not that I feel that. It's how my face looks. He's sitting in the car. He's looking out the window when niggas is talking. It don't look like he's engaged in the conversation. It don't look like he wants to be there. This is not sexy for what you're going through. These people want to hear from you. These people have supported you. Like, this ain't the moment for that. And so then when you come off and you start talking and you have this arrogance, and then in one breath is you've been victimized, and then in another breath you sold 22 million records. Which is it? Do you love Atlantic or you hate them? Because you wouldn't have sold them records if they didn't do what they did. You know, he got three smash records. Superstar, Kick Push, and what's the other song? You know what it is.
Show Goes On.
Show Goes On. These are huge songs. They wouldn't have been that without Atlantic. So it's you either with them or you're not with them. What we doing? So instead of focusing on what they didn't do or what when you lost a sneaker deal and your fans, my fans did that. I didn't want to do that. Blaming the fans and them standing up for you, and then you had to ride with them because you didn't want to do that. What are we talking about? Yo, so you blaming yourself? That's not the time for this. All he had to say was, dog, I fucked up. I shouldn't even be talking like that. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. He's dope as fuck. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He feel then he talking about, man, what I seen today, which I want you to tell me that. What I seen today, that's, man, it's up. I don't care anything. Then it started getting tough. So asking you a question, is he talking about the 2010 live stream where Punch said he was doing fairy tale rhymes? Is that what he's talking about?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, what was he talking about? Because that's what I felt like he was talking about back in 2010 when Kendrick did a live stream, and then they said Punch said his shit was he's doing some fairy tale rhymes. I thought that's probably what he was talking about when he said it's up. Like, I don't care now. I feel stupid for even I took that as he felt stupid for even trying to tiptoe around how he really feels about Kendrick Lamar as a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? That's how I took it.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it meant.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely, whatever it is, it felt significant to him. You know, is it a victim mentality if you're just explaining your point of view, or is it victim mentality if you're explaining your point of view with bad body language and energy?
All the way around, because it's moments, Justin. This is not the time to do so. You know, okay.
But why not though? What do you mean this isn't the time to do so? Like, where you come from?
Because right now he's in the fire for something that he said in interviews regarding somebody that is an elite MC. So he needs to get that shit up off of him first. You can get into that shit. This how he should have did it. Watch this. Hey man, you should have been engaged. Justin, man, this long overdue, dog. We should have been did this, man. You know you my brother. L, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, woo. You know everybody. Hey, Biggie Facts, you know how we get down. What's the other dude name?
Dwan.
Hey, Dwan, what's up, big dog? You know what I'm saying? All up. Listen, chat, everybody that's a Lupe Fiasco fan, I've been on this motherfucking run. I done stepped in some shit out here. I love Kendrick Lamar. He's dope. You know that Peter Rosenberg shit, man. I was really on Peter's shit. I was never no shit with Dot. I shouldn't even been on. Dude's a lyricist. I fuck with him. Shout out to him. You know, I can never be mad at some shit I inspired. And he told me that I inspired him. We talked about it. So it's love to him. What we really need to be talking about, because this shit about us pitting me against this brother, because I fuck with him and I love his music and what he's doing and TDE and Absol. We really need to be talking about how these corporations be on some bullshit. Now that we got that out the way. So y'all can clip it up and say what y'all want. I have no beef with Kendrick. I love Kendrick's music. I fuck with him. I think he's a lyricist. All this, I spoke some shit. I said hundreds of people is better than him. You know why? I was mad as fuck. Dude got me out my square. I shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? That's what he should have did, dog. He should have did that. I did an interview one time when I got dropped from the label, and I said I was so fucking. Well, when I got dropped, left, whatever you want to call it, I was so mad. I said, I'm going to leak 300 to 400 Dr. Dre songs. I said that. You know how many niggas from that camp asked me about that? Dre never asked me because he knew I was speaking out of anger. And some shit he told me resonated with me well. You never know a motherfucker till he mad at you.
Right.
You don't know him till he mad. So when you mad at somebody that you love, you gonna really see if you really love them, because if you love them for real, if y'all in love, you got the information to destroy them, and if you don't destroy them, that means you really love them. That's how I knew I love Dre, M, and Paul, because I could have just let go all kind of shit. I had that conversation. I apologize for having that conversation. I was out of pocket. I was wrong. I didn't continue having that, and even now when we discuss my career, I don't talk about what they did wrong, because I talk about what I could have controlled and what I did wrong. When I went on Adam 22, he asked me about certain artists that might have said something derogatory about me. I didn't talk about their faults. I didn't talk about what they had going on. I talked about what I did, how I could have made the situation better. I also talked about how the history that we were able to accomplish together, the things that we did positively. I didn't get up there and talk about why these motherfuckers might got something to say or why we fell out. Why am I going to perpetuate the negativity? That's what I'm saying. Like, get out of there. Get up out of there, my nigga. Get out of there, dog. What you doing? Why you gonna keep this nigga's in his 40s, bruh. He and I, dog, we watched the same cartoons. All us on this, me, you, and him, we watched the same cartoon. This nigga really was getting tough up there. This nigga was, nah, my nigga, this is my niggas. Hey, hold up, wait a minute, baby. You teach at MIT, you getting gangster? No. And I know you said that's been something that's a calling card for his whole career. I ain't know that. I ain't never associate nothing tough with Lupe Fiasco but chill. That's it. I ain't never see Lupe and be like, oh, this nigga, hey, that nigga Lupe get your head knocked off. That nigga is from the streets. Lupe may be from the streets. Chicago is a place. But I always saw Lupe in a different light. So when I'm hearing him talking tough last night, I'm like, who? Because I don't really have no experience with him. I just know the songs. Real. I love Real. Literally is one of my favorite rap songs that has ever been made. It's incredible, and it's incredibly simple, but it's incredibly like dope as fuck, you know. And he just be talking too much. I see some people when we put the clip up of me saying kick push was a double entendre. I see people saying, "Man, Lupe said he just was talking about skating." Trying to tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let me tell y'all something. When I hear a song, I don't give a fuck what the nigga wrote and what he intended or what she intended when she wrote the song. How that motherfucker make me feel. When I heard kick push, I heard he was talking about skating, and I also heard that this niggas was saying you gotta kick, push to get through life and you coast. That's how I took it. I don't give a fuck what Lupe thought he was doing when he wrote it, nigga. I don't give a fuck about what he thought he was doing. Nigga, I thought that. I paid for it, so it's mine. So when it's mine, I can do what the fuck I want to do with it. When I buy a face cloth from the store, they say this face cloth might be intended for me to wash my face with. No, I'm washing my ass with it too. It's an ass cloth now, nigga. Huh? It's not just a face cloth. It's an ass cloth. We wiping ass, we wiping feet, we wiping body, we getting pits in there. But what's the name of it though? Face cloth. Huh? So that nigga said it ain't for that. I'm telling y'all, any song y'all hear, and you don't come telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. It ain't a double entendre for that. It is for me, nigga. This is what I think. This ain't what nobody else think. Fuck y'all talking about. And he getting up there running his mouth. Like when Ali came on the show, Ali was saying he didn't even want to diffuse some of the
theories.
The theories that fans was coming with because that's intriguing. This nigga Lupe is not, dog, baby, shut up. Let us think you more deep than what you really are. If it's really just about skating, don't tell us, my nigga, because we got all kind of theories we done came up with. The other song that he had with Jill Scott about the building, dog, I thought that shit, if he comes out and does an interview and says, man, I was just talking about daydreaming. It ain't had nothing to do with the building. How that's gonna make us feel as a fan base? So then we gonna start thinking you're not as great as what you are, what we think you are. Just don't say shit. Don't say nothing. Let people believe what they want to believe because you don't have a control over what people feel. When I speak up here and say what I say, these people in the chat, these people can take what I say and they interpret it how they want to interpret it. That's why I generally try not to talk about shit that I don't fucking know about. And y'all niggas up there, what's lyricism? I'm watching this shit. These niggas come up with this complicated ass definition. What lyricism is. So
they teach it. They teach it. So they're defining it.
And what's terrible about it, and I love what OG said at the end. What's his name again? Dewan B. I love what Dewan B said. He considers Prince to be a lyricist, Michael Jackson to be a lyricist. In those niggas' definition, them niggas ain't lyricists. These are some of the greatest. Stevie Wonder is a lyricist, y'all. He's a lyricist. This nigga really just took storytelling out of it. Fuck it, Ice Cube ain't the lyricist. Fuck the Cube ain't no lyricist no more. Like because he ain't got no punchline.
I don't think that's what they're saying. I don't think they're saying that they're not lyricists.
But see, Justin, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Being complicated, that's how we took it. That's how I took it.
Well,
see what I'm saying?
Give me 1 second. I want to bring in our special guest for the morning.
Okay, cool. My bad.
Tamia Peach, are you good? Was that a 30-minute stat rant? Did we knock that out? Did we check that box?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. That was 20 minutes.
That's 20 minutes. I was there.
Damn, stat.
You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucking stat just gonna make it roll and roll. And I'm like, Jesus.
You motherfucking right, I'm gonna make it roll, dog.
Joining us right now, the incomparable Omar Dorsey. 9 second. Hey, you get one anyway. 9 second applause.
That's my dog.
What's happening, fellas?
That's my dog. Let's get Omar's opinion.
Wait, you guys intro real quick. I have to grab this call real quick. I'll be right back.
Handle your business. Omar.
Yeah.
Did you watch Coach of United last night?
Man, yes. I watched it this morning, bro, because that's a long one. Man, all right, so let me preface this by saying this. Lupe Fiasco is one of the greatest rappers of all time, right?
Absolutely.
I remember my daughter, she's 22 now. When she was like 15 or 16, she was listening to the worst rapper. I ain't gonna say the dude's name and give him no clout. But he snitched on his friends and he went to jail and he Mexican. But anyway, so I gave her a Lupe album and it changed her life. She was like, oh, this is what rap is supposed to sound like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would preface what I'm about to say about Lupe, man. The trick bag is this, man. I don't know what's in that man's mind. I know it sounds like hate.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it sounds like, you know what I mean? But because I never met Lupe. I met a million people in my life. I've never met that brother. But the way that he speaks about Kendrick, it's as if he sees like, dang, man, this is where I should have been, right? Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. And he should have been there because he is one of the greats. He's amazing. He's, one of the best writers I've ever heard, man. So when I hear him talk about Kendrick, I think like, man, he really is something inside. I don't know the brother, but it feels like to me it's something inside of him that is like picking at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man, like, y'all giving this cat all the clout. But I don't know the brother, so I can't speak for him. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it looks like from the outside looking in.
I don't think he just because you're good at writing songs don't mean you're good at articulating how you feel about something.
That's
I always say if you're not good at articulating yourself in certain situations, in certain conversations, then you probably shouldn't be having them, and you should be quick to get up out of there. Like I want y'all to know Omar is the epicenter. He is the creator of that. That's not my ministry. That's where anybody that have heard me say that, my guy right here, he said it first. I heard him say that. And so in certain situations when I'm not really I can't really have the correct conversation about things, that's what I say.
Right.
Now in this case, I'm just saying he should have came on there with arms wide open, being engaged. Look how you looking in the camera right now talking to me.
Right.
You're not looking out the window.
Right.
Look at your body language.
Right.
Now you watch this nigga look out the window. He in the car. He not taking it serious. He's like, what? I don't really want to be here. You know what I'm saying? And he's sitting with a nigga who been basically championing you your whole career.
Yeah.
Dog, Drake flew academics in a private plane to New York, to Canada.
Yeah.
Offered him $1 million.
Yeah.
Gave him a chain because for Drake's entire career,
he's been
academics, he's been championing this nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
This nigga right here, Justin Hunt, has been championing Lupe ever since I met him. Dog, do you know how many arguments I done had with him about him telling me that Lupe is the greatest rapper? And I'm like hours on the phone before we even decided to do this.
Yeah. You know what? That's why I text you when I text you and Justin the other day. I was like, "Dang, boy, he giving the samurai a lot of lamb leeway right now." But I ain't mad at it because he loves the dude, and it is what it is. And it is what it is, man. Like if somebody say something bad about T.I., I'm gonna say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my dog, and I love him. And I'm a ride with him. You know. But like you said, man, like But you know what? Like I remember when you were like, man, why does Lupe don't come on your show? But he came on the show last night though.
Yeah,
He was all over the place. He was looking all over and doing whatever. But he came on the show last night, and he I mean, you know, it was a whirlwind. I'll say that, man.
they wanted Justin to address. Like I think there was a young lady that Lupe got into it with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's her name. Shout out to her. And they wanted Justin to address some of that situation.
Yeah.
And you know, I think Justin wanted to make it comfortable for Lupe so that he can feel free enough to talk about what he wanted to talk about.
Right.
But like, I'm telling you, dog, we grown men, and I'm saying, did you see the nigga getting tough? He got tough. He was talking tough. The nigga was talking tough. I mean, ain't nothing about this nigga tough, my nigga.
No, Lupe, don't get it twisted, man. Lupe like a 7th degree black belt. And his name is a grandmaster. No. I ain't saying he can't fight. Right.
I'm saying the perception. Listen, the perception of Lupe Fiasco to the casual fan, Kick Push, Superstar, and these other records. That's not his persona. I don't put Lupe and Whack 100 in the same category.
I want to add this so you can have some context to things. Before Chill went to jail, Lupe's content was, or at least conversations he was having in his music was a lot more to the other side. And one of the things that he did was once the trial happened, once the Fed papers came out, or the state papers came out, he shifted his content. So that is why the public persona looks like that. Because
I understand. I understand that. I feel you.
But I'll be straight up honest. I'll be honest with you though. You're incorrect, Stat. I know how you feel and how it looks, but what you're saying about Lupe just isn't.
No,
accurate.
no. I'm not. No. I don't know him to say what. Listen, I don't know him personally. So what I'm saying, I'm speaking from a perspective of people that don't know what you're talking about. I'm speaking from a perspective of people that know the hits, my nigga, because that's who I'm talking about. Right. They don't know this nigga's like he a black belt, and they don't even know about Chill. This some shit you know. So I'm saying, for instance, if Kendrick got up here and we thought this nigga was deep and introspective, and he started talking about, all I do is eat junk food and milkshakes and I kill puppies on the side. It's gonna fuck up my perception of who I thought this nigga was. I look at Lupe as the fucking samurai above it all. He's chi. He's not. The shit don't affect him. He is the grandmaster. He's yoga. This nigga is elevated, super intellectual. He teaches at MIT. I don't see thug. If he shifted, that's some shit. If he wanted to be the thug, he should have stayed there. So now that you have made what you are, that's what you are, nigga. That's your public persona. You did it. You gotta live with that. So yes, I can be incorrect all I want, and of course, most of us are because we don't know him.
You don't know these people.
But what I know of him is not gangster. Sorry, and if you telling me that them albums he's gangster, I will push back and tell you that's not true because his shit don't sound like NWA. He ain't never made Straight Outta Compton because that's gangster. He never did it. Ice Cube and Lupe Fiasco do not get compared to each other. He ain't made America's Most Wanted. It just doesn't happen. So there you go, Justin. Sorry. I know you got more intel and more information, but the public, like me, nigga, we don't. We didn't give a fuck. We only cared about the hits. I didn't fuck with nothing but the hits and real. 4 songs from this nigga because I ain't like the beats. And he ain't fuck with none of my songs because I ain't had shit for him to fuck with. So that's fine. I fucked with 4 songs, my nigga, in the beats. That's why me and you argue so much about it. When you tell me he the greatest, I can only compare it to 4 songs. And then when I went to listen to the catalog, I couldn't get through it because I ain't fuck with the beats. And this nigga will tell, he said his production wasn't good. That's not some shit I had to say. The nigga production ain't good. It's not. Game catalog, Lupe catalog. Game all day. Jadakiss catalog, Lupe catalog, Jada all day, T.I. catalog. I can go down the list, all because these niggas got better production than him. When he raps over dope shit like Encore, incredible. Had he had Kanye, as I said, it would have been a different conversation about this young man. This nigga would have been probably the greatest nigga to touch a microphone, but for whatever reason he didn't. So I'm sorry, Omar. Take the wheels, brother.
No, I'm listening, man. Hey, you know what? Like I said, man, Lupe is fire, man. But the production,
fire.
I like the first album. I like what was the first album? The
Food and Liquor.
Food and Liquor. I love that album, man. I love the whole album straight through, man. You know, I mean, the Cool was all right, you know, and Lasers was not it. He'll tell you that probably, right, Justin? Would he tell you that?
Oh, he said he didn't want to put it out. So yeah, he'll say that. He said that last night.
You know, I like the what was the Samurai joint? What was the last one he just came out with, like last year?
Samurai.
I like that joint, man. It was cool. I mean, but it's like, I mean, it ain't what Stat like. Stat like, man, keep it moving. It ain't got no hits on this thing.
What the production, dog? The Chronic. Yeah. These are albums that I think is classic. Nas's first album.
Yeah.
The production. The Chronic. The production.
Yeah. Doggy Style production. Good Kid, Mad City. Fucking To Pimp a Butterfly and fucking Damn. Production. Like, what are we talking about, nigga? I mean, music.
Go down
it's called music. It's called the music industry.
Music. Yeah, Justin is a writer. He writes shit. I'm a writer too, but his primary shit, he came up in vlogging. He's tuned into the lyrics. This nigga can tune out the beat and say some shit is classic. Nigga, the documentary is better than every album that Lupe has ever put out.
Documentary is one of the greatest albums in hip hop history.
And so on this chat, niggas will tell you that Lupe is a better rapper, and he might be. But no, nigga, that album is better because of the production. This nigga beats don't be hit. Eminem had Dre, my nigga. That's why Eminem is Eminem. Right. That shit, it's happening while we listening to the record.
No, yes, you're right. Yeah.
It's the whole half. Yeah. Justin don't need that half, my nigga, because this nigga reads books in silence. This nigga, exactly, and I can respect that, and I respect it, and I can appreciate it because that's what make the world go round. We all different, but me, that beat got to catch me off top.
Off the top, I feel you on that. Yeah, it's just like when we were listening to the T.I. album. It was the music that got me right.
Off
the muscle. I'm like, all right, oh shit, I hit tip up. I was like, boy, y'all did this. A and KP.
Banging.
I was like, y'all did this, man. You know,
the beats.
Yeah.
See, I mean, what's so interesting is like listening to how you're describing this is that, fuck the MC. Why not just get the acapellas? Why not just rock with the beats?
I didn't say that because
he's saying this.
No, I know you're not saying it, but you're
saying it's a marriage, though.
It is a marriage. You're correct. Yeah. It is a marriage. I 100% agree with that. I don't necessarily. I'm just noting how I'm hearing what you're saying.
I also said the Groupon album was weak. Because them niggas don't rhyme good.
They can't rap.
But the beats was what? Incredible.
It was Premier beats.
But did you listen to that album?
I did.
I couldn't get through it.
When it came
out,
couldn't
get. But the beats are incredible, but you couldn't get through it.
That's what I'm saying. Because them niggas sound so terrible. It's the marriage, dog. Justin, I don't see shit at.
No, what I'm saying is, if you can't get through it, you know,
it's not good.
Right, for any reason. Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. I need all of it to come together. It's like, just so y'all know, man, it's like a woman, man. You know what I'm saying? She got a beautiful face, right? Beautiful face. Incredible waist. Professional. A righteous sister, went to college, did everything, man. But then she come talk to you. Every time she talk to you, her breath smell like shit. I can't rock with her, bro. It got to come together. I can't do it. That's just me. I'm different. So for me, I need all of that. But what I can do is understand, and I accept the fact that everybody doesn't get that, and still can, and I'm able to appreciate someone for being gifted. Lupe Fiasco is extraordinarily gifted, and for whatever reason, and that's not his fault, he never had the opportunity to work with some of the guys. He never had an alchemist do a whole project for him. Dog, Larry June, Bodie James has projects that I would rather listen to than Lupe Fiasco because they have fucking alchemists doing the beats. Freddie Gibbs projects to me are better than fucking some of the shit you think is classic from Lupe. Not because Freddie raps better than Lupe Fiasco. No, but because it's a better listening experience for me. So you're different. I'm not saying that the rhymes don't matter because Alchemists have some albums with some artists that aren't as good. And I'm not talking about those because I'm not highlighting being negative. But I'm saying for me, it gotta be a marriage, bruh. It's a marriage. And he a nigga that when you hear him rap over the shit he rap, you might just turn the beat down. Just turn the beat down on some of that shit. Cause it's like, who picked this? Now, even the record he got with Hove, that's one of the weaker Hove features ever. Cause that beat is just
But when he was on Touch the Sky with Kanye, though, right? It was
Touch the Sky was crazy.
That's a classic song because it's Kanye and he killed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the beat for the one with Hove.
I know what you're talking about.
In comparison to some of the shit that Jay was rapping on at the time, that is a weaker beat. Jay would have never put that on the blueprint.
Right.
It's a cool beat, but it's not Jay-Z at Jay-Z. It's not Bink. It's not fucking Just Blaze. It's not that.
Right.
It's not that. And Jay-Z, that's why niggas put Nas behind Jay. Because besides the first record, Nas was not really great at picking production. He was such a master. He got with Hit Boy. What? Then what?
3
That's why he took off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Nas is man though, but yeah, I feel you on that.
Nas is incredible. I'm talking about that was people used.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that was a lot of people's gripe with Nas when they compared him to Jay-Z.
Yeah, he couldn't pick
not me. Nas is a rare situation for me because it's the first album I bought. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like Justin on that. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up, man.
Yeah, see, there you go. But you said that you're kind of like me with that. Obviously, Lupe's record wasn't the first one that I bought, but there's an example of an MC you appreciate so much that you're not focused on whether or not these are the best beats he could be rapping on for your taste. And I think everybody's got stuff like that because, yes, it is a marriage between the beats and rhymes, but a lot of people find themselves in solace in the music, in the lyrics, in what the artist is conveying. We're connecting with the beats because we love them, but we're connecting with the artist because they're saying something that connects with us, right? And so to me, when I'm walking around and I'm thinking and I'm going through life and I'm going through tough times or I'm going through celebratory times, I'm not in my head just thinking about beats. I'm thinking about what the MCs are saying. I'm thinking about what the hook's saying. I'm thinking about the energy that these songs have given me. And so for me, because I am a lyrics first person, it's not that I can just ignore production that isn't necessarily at the same level as some other people, but rap in particular, music in general, but rap in particular, it's the lyrics that stick with me when I'm not listening to music. And that ultimately is what brings me closer to all these guys.
No, Justin, I'm saying, but when I ask you a question like, how many classes does Lupe have?
He's got 2 certified classics. That's not even a debate.
Oh, okay. Watch this. Ask me how many classes Nas got in his earlier catalog.
How many classics Nas got?
1.
Okay.
To me, because
which one is
in the earlier catalog?
He said Illmatic. He said
Illmatic.
But man,
and look, there is multiple generations that
got to tell you something different.
That will look at you and say, "How are you?
You're crazy.
How are you ignoring it was written?"
People will tell you it was written is better than Illmatic. People will tell you.
Right. There's a generational divide right there. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people who were super impressed by Nas off of Illmatic ended up being disappointed in It Was Written, maybe partially because of the beats, but also just in general how that was a commercial pivot.
It was
a very obvious way. So if you loved Illmatic for everything that Illmatic was doing, it might be hard listening to Nas, turn into Escobar.
Right.
It might be hard listening to them turn into that. Now, I guess maybe you're saying it from a beat standpoint, but
no, I still like It Was Written. I just feel like for me, I felt like Illmatic is the classic. Now,
so do you don't think Life is Good is a classic?
Wait. Just because that was a classic, does that mean It Was Written can't be a classic?
No. I'm just saying I feel like that was the height of where it all came together. I think It Was Written was dope as fuck. I bought that too, and I think Life is Good. I bought that too. I'm a Nas fan. I'm just saying for me, where I feel like it all came together, where I just literally enjoy every
Hold on.
beat.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Keep going.
Where I enjoyed every beat was Illmatic. I didn't skip anything on that. I know
I mean,
you
you know,
like
because that joint had the super friends of our producers on there. Yeah, you had from Primo to
Pete
Large
Rock.
Professor to Pete Rock to Q-Tip, all of them. I mean, it was
What
it
are
was
we talking about?
yeah. But I tell you, man, I'm a big fan of Life Is Good because that was a grown ass album. He had just got
It was grown.
divorced, and I was going through a divorce at the time. So, and he had the wedding dress, and it was like had the song about daughters, and you know, I got so that hit me in the chest. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the first time that I'd ever heard. This was before 444 and before Mr. Morale. This was like a real grown man. I'm taking accountability for myself as album. So to me, that's a classic. And I know people who like Stillmatic too, though. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing too. We are allowed as individuals
Yeah.
to love what we want to love.
But like you said, ask me how many he got. That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm allowed, and just as allowed. He said certified classic to him, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't get mad at people for having their own opinions about things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
As much as a MC I am, I enjoy listening to Larry June.
Yeah.
He's not an intricate lyricist, or
But he got a great
I
voice,
just
though.
he got a great voice, and he
Yeah.
just be saying shit that I resonate with.
Yeah.
I had a smoothie this morning. I rode my bike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He talk
saying?
about
Like,
fucking financial planning and stuff. I like that, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
fuck with
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
I want to listen to Larry Jones, grown
Yeah.
man shit, and I like the beats he rapping on.
Yeah.
So when him and Alchemist did an album, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, for sure.
Do I feel like he's as complex or anywhere as a writer in the realm of Lupe as far as the complexity of it? No, but I still see him as a lyricist though.
Yeah, shit. Same thing with Titty Boy, man. I mean, even they had the album
Facts.
together. I'm the same way with
Yes.
it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even when they album together, that was probably my favorite album of that year. And GNX came out that year. So you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I'm just
exactly.
like, man, yeah. So I'll get you on that. Yeah.
I don't like how when people and they was doing it last night, and because him and Mickey, they teach it. So I understand in a curriculum, you can't just get up there and just be like, man, lyrics is just when you make everybody feel good. You know, you can't, they
Yeah.
can't, niggas is at real universities like teaching and people are paying
Right.
for the curriculum of hip hop. So they have to explain it in a certain type of way.
Right.
But me, man, I didn't dumb this thing all the way down because a lyricist is anybody that's making you feel what they got to say in
Yeah.
a word. You're a lyricist.
That's
you.
that's literally the definition of it. Like a lyric is not. I understand rap lyrics, but the lyric is the written word, it's the poetry. It's the Shakespeareanness of it all. You know, it's a lyric. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's a lyric. So it's not like, I mean, I understand we talk about lyricism and talk about triple and quadruple entendres and all that. Man, that's not. I mean, that's lyrical gymnastics. You know what I'm saying? And if you can do it well the way that Kendrick and Lupe do it well, then that's great. But man, if you can't make me feel what the hell you talking about, man, it don't even matter. You're doing it for yourself, man. Call it just masturbating on art. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it for yourself and for your five little friends. You ain't doing it for the people.
My first experience with music was going to church.
Yeah.
When I was a child.
Right.
I wasn't listening to hip hop.
Right.
But I would go to church, and I grew up in a black church. I'm from the South.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it's a part.
Which church you went to?
Salem Baptist Church, Jasper Williams.
I know Jasper Williams. Man, come on, dog.
And he
know
came
Jasper.
out.
And he had another one over there on Panola. His son had one over there on Panola Road on the east side.
Yeah, when I went to college at University of Florida, he came down there. He was preaching. Dude, he gave me $100, man.
Oh, yeah,
he gave me $100, man. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
before him, I went to Jackson Memorial with Gregory Sutton, Reverend Gregory Sutton. I forgot what that was, but yeah, and plus my uncle was a preacher and all that type of shit. But my point of bringing that up is, it's a part of the ceremony of church when the drummers playing and it's doom 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 doom. They start hooping and everybody get up and they dancing and they feeling it. And I remember watching that week after week as a child, getting goosebumps. And that was my introduction to music. And if it don't make the hair on my arm go up,
right,
then I can't fuck with it. because
right.
that's how that music made me feel. I didn't know
Yeah.
nothing about God or Jesus. I ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
And I just remember when I met Dre and conversations that he would have with me, he's like, man, music is one of the only sources of entertainment where you can like literally feel it. And I
Yeah.
just remember conversations with Kendrick about frequencies and making sure the frequency hit a certain type of way so it resonates with people and they feel the shit. So when
Yeah.
I hear certain shit with hip hop, that's why that beat gotta be there.
Right.
Because it got like I can't nigga if the beat ain't right, you might as well just be doing a cappella.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
might it's not a song.
Right.
It's major it's super important to me. And I know everybody has different tastes in music and beats and shit like that. But for me, man, that shit gotta hit. It gotta be right. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
and
that's the.
T.I. had Organized Noise,
Yep.
Toomp, Pharrell. Man, nigga, what? No, what? You go read the credits of that album he just put
Dre.
out.
Yep.
Dre,
Yep.
Dr. Dre, look, them 4 niggas on there that's
Yeah.
iconic that he got
Iconic.
on there.
Dog. Yes.
Pharrell, Dr. Dre, Organized
Yep.
Noise.
Yep.
Organized Noise, if y'all don't know, that's Outkast. That's Goody Mob, that's all that. That's Waterfalls, that's all that. Pharrell, we
Yep.
don't have to talk about what he did.
Exactly.
Who
He had
been
the
working
big
with,
oop count though, dog. This nigga had
and he
big
had
oop
Big
on that
Oomp in
album.
there, but they ain't gonna know that.
They don't know that. That's us.
They
That's
ain't
us.
gonna know. Big Oomp Camp, that's Walk It Out, that's Baby D. I
Yeah.
know y'all ain't gonna really
Yeah.
know about that. That's some South shit. But Dr. Dre, we ain't gotta talk about what he did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And DJ Toomp did Good Life for Kanye West.
Yeah.
DJ Toomp is and all these niggas been
Yeah.
with
Where did I
him.
get my money right? Didn't he? Where did I get my money?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dog,
Yeah. Big brother
the,
was Big's
these
brother. Yeah.
Big Brother, and these are all people that's been with T.I. his entire
From the
career.
beginning, dog.
So
Yeah.
you see why he made it to where he's at, because not only was he dope as a rapper, but
Yeah.
he had top-notch production. And for some reason, we cannot associate these type of producers with Lupe Fiasco. And if you
No, that's
could,
weird. Like he never really had that guy. It surprised me because I thought that Kanye might have like even when because I know Jay executive produced Food and Liquor. I'm surprised Kanye didn't give him like he didn't work a lot with Kanye, man. I'm really surprised by that. They both Chicago cats too, and Touch the Sky. That's a classic ass song, man. But yeah, he never. I don't know no producers who come out of that first and 15th cap like that, man.
yeah, think dog, even right now, like look at Future. This nigga's Mike Will.
Mike Will and
Metro
Metro.
808 Mafia. Look
Yep,
at the production that's been with this nigga.
from the
Look at
top.
him.
Yep, yep.
Kendrick Lamar, dog. Soundwave,
Waves.
Dre.
Yep, yep,
Like, dog, look at the production. Fucking Drake. Boy Wonder,
yep,
T minus. Look at the
yep.
production that these niggas didn't have.
It's
Like, what are you
consistency.
talking?
Yeah,
It's
man. Yeah,
consistency of
yeah, man.
so all that shit is a marriage.
That's
That
a
can't just
marriage
go.
for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Dog, that means something. Eminem,
yep,
Dr. Dre.
yep,
What are we
yep,
talking about,
yeah,
y'all?
yeah.
There's a disconnect in why this
But I
shit
fuck with
ain't.
Lupe a lot, man. But like you're right, man. Like
I'm not
I
saying I
wonder,
don't.
but I wonder if he feels the same way that like, man, I
He
wish I would have
do.
had. He does.
Well, he said his production has never been as good as Kendrick when it could have, because he's dog. When you got niggas like Jay-Z
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Nas giving it
yeah,
up to you, you sitting in a room with them. He talked about it on the stream,
yeah,
giving it up to him. Dog, he's elite with an
yeah,
ink pen.
yeah,
He ain't
yeah.
nothing to play with, man.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm only for dog. If you listen to the song "Real," and he's not being complex at all, it's very simple.
Yeah,
You know just from that record right there that this nigga is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever write a rhyme.
right.
That nigga is cold.
Cole, man. He
He
is, man.
cold. But you competing against people that have the greatest producers making
Produce,
the
yeah,
beats.
yeah, yeah. They make music. They're making music. It's music at the end of the day, man. It really is. You know?
Dog,
Yeah.
Timberland makes game on the documentary. You had Dre, Timberland,
Yeah.
Just Blaze, Kanye West.
Right. Yeah.
What are we talking about, my
Yeah.
nigga?
You ain't losing with that.
What
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Right.
Focus. What are we
Rick Ross
talking
the same
about?
way too, man. You
Rick
know what I'm saying?
Ross,
Justice League, all them. Man, come on.
Beat,
Yep.
Justice League.
Justice
What are
League.
we
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because bruh, my nigga, you and wifey, y'all combine. You
Combined. Yeah.
great, she just
She
as
great.
great.
Yeah.
So that makes y'all greater.
Yeah.
It's called coupling and coming together.
For
That's
sure,
how
yeah.
this shit work.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
how it go. Justin know that. He
Justin
know
know
that.
Justin
He know
know
that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
know
what it
that.
is. That's exactly what it is. I agree.
No, we were just naming different artists, right, throughout history, and we were naming the producers that you attached to them.
Right.
Like the different producers that you would like Future with Metro, Mike Will. You know, you start naming these guys and why they blew up. You know,
Yep.
something personal to me, and of course, as artists, they're not on the level of as rappers that what I'm talking about. But Ray Shrimmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The moment Mike Will was not quarterbacking that music
Right.
is the
Change.
moment that shit went left.
Yeah. Well,
We didn't give a fuck about Sway Lee melodies
right.
when that group because Mike wasn't quarterbacking that music.
Yeah.
And the only time Sway Lee shit went up is when it was on some a feature with somebody else on some really dope production.
Right.
Production is a very important thing, and I'm not trying to say that I want to come back to you, Justin, because you here. I'm not trying to say what you're saying is not important with rhymes. I agree with you, but the beat is just as important as the rap.
And it does hit you like the music.
when-
I'm sorry, Justin, but the
Yeah, you
music
got it.
does. It is the like. Listen, man. We can. The first thing you hear is the music, right? That's what draws you in. Now I'm a lyricist, dude. I'm a monologue saying dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Shakespearean August Wilson ass cat.
Right.
But when I listen to music, the first thing that draws me in, I'm African. It's the beat, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the beat. And then it's the rhythms on it, man. And then what you saying on it. Sometimes, man, like Future, I love Future with all my heart. It's my dude. Sometimes he be saying shit. But damn, boy, I tell you, boy, Young Metro put his finger on that thing. You like, oh boy, that March Madness, I don't even know what he talking about. I don't even know the lyrics to it. But that thing hit you in the chest, you be like, and it starts in the
Hey,
you know.
watch me fuck Justin up right now. His favorite album that came out probably the last. He probably won't say it because GNX came out, but that Clips album is probably one of Justin's favorite projects that have come out in a very long time.
Absolutely.
Who did every
All
beat
the
on that?
production.
Who did it?
Pharrell.
Okay, cool. So imagine if Pharrell did all fucking Lupe beats. Do you know how crazy that would be?
Oh my God, are you serious?
Look, everything you're saying, I agree with, except for the fact that production has to be a certain level for it to be a classic. Like that's the only thing I disagree with. I'm not because like look, Lupe's production might not be on the level of Pharrell or Kanye and all those things. I can't say that the production, particularly on Food and Liquor and the Cool, is trash. I won't say that. It's not
Food and Liquor,
trash.
trash.
I love Food. I love Food.
Pharrell's on Food and Liquor.
I love that.
I never
Kanye's
said
on
trash.
Food and Liquor.
I
You know
never
what
said
I'm saying?
trash. I never said trash.
Okay, well, however uncomplimentary way you describe it.
No. In Food and Liquor, what Real is on.
Yeah.
And I told you I fuck with that album. Didn't I tell you that?
Well, you said you fuck with the song today, and then you said
No.
everything else was subpar.
No. Let me correct that. When you had me go back and listen to his catalog, I came back and told you what was the album that I said I fucked with.
Food and Liquor.
Okay, cool. So I didn't even know them niggas produced on it, but that was I told you I said I fucked with
Because the music was good.
I didn't know that.
But see, well, there you go. That is what a part of what makes that album a certified classic.
Yeah.
But that album,
I'm not denying it.
Right, but for me, there's other things like just even conceptual brilliance to me. Mm-hmm. I think rhymes can elevate production. Just like I think production can elevate rhymes. You mentioned Alchemist and Larry June and Boldy James.
Yes.
Boldy James is actually really crazy. But
Yeah.
for me, Alchemist is elevating Larry June. And that's no disrespect. But it can go the other way too. You can have an MC that can elevate. Nas is an example. Right? People literally have been critical of Nas's beats his whole career with the exception of Illmatic. Nas has elevated when he just dropped the project with Premier off last year.
Right.
One of the conversations that was around about this was Nas saying sometimes he picks bad beats so he can make them better, so people focus more on what he's saying. Now, whether that is
That's
whatever
bullshit, but
it is or whatever.
Right.
Nas is an example of someone whose whole career has been elevated simply by the power of his pen. It's just what it is.
Justin, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, But
Yeah.
for me to deem something and when I put it in the space of classic, right? Dog, it has to have that.
Right.
He has to have those guys. I like Tupac was he had Easy Mo B. Tupac is nothing without the great beats. He had Easy Mo B, which is crazy. He rode off of that with Daz and Dre. You know what I'm saying? Like the musicality of that shit. Snoop is nothing without having the Dre and you know what I'm saying? When let's just keep it real. When Snoop did the Master P album, it didn't really hit the
It
same.
didn't hit because it wasn't on Dre beats. No, you're right.
And
man.
when did Snoop come
Last
back?
meal was good. Last meal was good.
But he had some Dre beats
Last
on
meal
there,
was
though.
good.
He had some Dre beats
on there.
He had some
Some
Dre
Dre
beats
beats on Last Meal.
Yeah.
And then
Duly
guess
noted.
what? And Justin, when did it really come back for Snoop? Who did that whole album? Rhythm and Gangster.
Yeah,
Rhythm and Gangster, buddy. Yes, sir. Rhythm and Gangster.
Dog, the beats is key, Justin. I'm sorry. I'm not saying
I'm not. Don't color me in a box I'm not in. Yes, cool. I love beats, and beats are important.
But you like words.
But for me, it doesn't begin and end with the beat. I'll be honest, and it doesn't begin and end with the lyrics. You know what I mean? It is a combination, and if one is incredible and the other one might be mediocre, I can still enjoy the project, and I can still revere a project, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like what's an example of Alchemist and Larry June? Like these are incredible listens. I'm rarely ever floored by anything Larry June says, but I love the pocket, I love the vibe, and I love the motivation aspect that I get from him. You know what I mean? But like, if he did that over mediocre beats, would we be out here? Would anybody really be championing that? You know, it's a different question.
Well, Freddie Gibbs has had a beautiful career because he had when he did an album with Madlib. Incredible. Then he did an album, and then the Alchemist albums are some of his best work because he's been highlighted. That it's a gumbo. It all comes together.
That's what it is.
I'm waiting for that Erykah Badu and Alchemist to come out. Right. That's what I'm waiting on.
They're going on tour.
They're going on tour with Daylight.
And Smino gonna open up too, so that's gonna be dope.
I'm
gonna go check.
Yeah,
that's gonna be great. Hey, so Justin,
I can't wait to see Captain in the Sky live though. By the way, that Daylight album is official.
Yes.
Yo, Justin, you didn't go to the listening party in LA, did you? When it first came out, man, that shit was ridiculous, bro. Yeah, they did the whole album, man. They did the whole album. Yeah, man.
Man, thanks for the invite.
I know Stat didn't go because Stat don't leave his.
Stat don't leave.
Stat didn't come to my wife's birthday party, asshole.
What happened? Who? Hey, listen. But Omar, listen. What? You didn't miss about 40-something of mine, my nigga. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just returning the favor that you gave me, baby. I'm doing on to others as you have me do on to you.
Done me. You've been in church for real, huh? Jasper Williams coming right at you.
Exactly. But Justin, real quick.
Yeah.
What did you feel about the conversation last night? Fuck with what we got going on. How did you feel? That's really basking this, Omar. This man. Yes. Let's talk about this though, for real.
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna try something out real quick.
Get up out of there.
Oh, we got our drops.
Oh, we got drops. But this man has been his whole entire career been championing someone, and he finally had the opportunity.
Yeah.
To be in front of his audience with the guy that he has been arguing with everyone that will argue with him is the greatest. And you actually had that opportunity.
Is he the greatest to you for real, Justin? Justin, is he the greatest?
He's never, for me, from a personal standpoint. Yes. But if I'm being
for real,
well, I'll say this: he's in my top 3.
Okay.
And he's been in my top 3 for a long time. And the only thing that's happened with my top 3 is they reshuffled.
What's your 3?
So it's Andre, Kendrick, and Lupe, basically.
Right.
I know exactly what your top 3 are. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. They've reshuffled. Yeah. So, a couple of things. One, I'm excited. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? Like 2004, Justin is doing backflips right now. Okay. Bucket list check, you know. So on a personal note, yeah, I loved it. It was an interesting conversation to go into because I think honestly a lot of people just wanted to see me and the panel lambaste Lupe for the things he's been saying. And I even talking to Elle when we were scheduling who we were going to have in the panel, there was a lot of conversation around a lot of different people. And I decided on this panel for a number of reasons, because at the core of at least this press run, and at the core of generally speaking, Lupe's public perception, I personally feel like there's a gap between what he's saying and how people respond to it. And I think personally some of that gap, maybe not all of it, but some of that gap is just the nature of how these conversations tend to go. I've researched and studied Lupe long enough. I've seen him talk to Bill O'Reilly. I've seen him talk to Peter Rosenberg. I've seen him talk to DJ Ski. I've seen him talk to Quality, right? And when you're in conversations with Lupe and you come from an antagonistic place, you get answers that I don't always, me personally, always believe that's necessarily how he feels, but that's how he's engaging in the energy. And I didn't want that energy because I actually want to get to the core of what people are saying, or what people are saying that they think Lupe is saying, right? And so today's show is a great example, right? One of the things people criticized about the conversation yesterday is that I just let Lupe talk. I let Stat talk every Tuesday and Thursday. I just let Stat talk for 25 minutes to get his point out. Like, this is how I conduct conversations when I'm interested in what someone has to say, one. And two, I know the importance of what they're saying, or importance of them needing to get out what they're saying. So at least I have something to really react to. How do I react to somebody if I'm cutting them off? They might touch on whatever it is that is in contention with everyone with the intention of rounding it out. I didn't want a whole lot of that on the panel. As far as what I got out of this, one, I think regardless of what anybody ever says, there is a very clear, sober, uninterrupted definition of what Lupe prioritizes when it comes to lyricism. Whether or not we agree, there is a documented example of where he's coming from. Should punchlines, entendres be that high? Does lyricism in hip hop or rap music begin and end with that? Everyone has their own opportunity to form their own conclusion, but we know where he's coming from when he is saying certain things about certain people he doesn't feel like are on a lyrical level, maybe to himself or to someone else. Check. Two, I wanted to get at the core of why people think, or why of this, what can appear to look like just a hater tour. Why is it all these headlines around Lupe look like this, and why does he continue to subject himself? What I got out of that was 6 things, 6 detailed stories back to back that have framed his entire career. He goes from the VH1 honors, which I remember because that was one of the first moments I realized I didn't know anything about Lupe Fiasco. I too thought that he was a Tribe fan. Found out he wasn't. I too thought that his response to that was kind of crazy. The easiest thing when you mess up someone else's lines on stage is to say, hey y'all, my bad, I mess up my own lyrics sometimes. It just happens. That is not how that happened. I thought Lupe's reaction was simply, I didn't even listen to Tribe, I listened to A-Ball, MJG, Snoop Dogg, whoever. I thought that was the answer. Turns out that was an old quote that Vibe put into the conversation. I didn't know that till yesterday. I had no idea about this Beehive stuff. I had no idea about this Reebok stuff. I had no idea about this Billboard stuff. I had no idea about a lot of things. That actually deepened what I assumed Lupe's overall frustration was. I didn't think Lupe was a hater on Kendrick. I think Lupe is someone from the west side of Chicago whose manager went to jail right about the time he's about to blow up, who only signed to this label because Jay-Z was going to be on it. Jay-Z goes someplace else, and now he's stuck in a system he didn't want to be in. Somehow found a way to finagle 2 classics out of it, fought the label against a 360 deal, and that is the reason why his career didn't come out the way it was, and that's where his frustrations came from. I didn't know it was like 5, 6 levels deeper than that. Right? So from a journalistic standpoint, that's a whole bunch of brand new information. So if I'm going into a conversation, I'm looking for ways to get a headline out of a conversation with anybody, there's 6 sitting right there. So I feel great about that. I'm one of the rare people that actually believes Lupe when he says he doesn't hate Kendrick Lamar. Apparently, where we are now, regardless of what his real feelings are, that perception is out there, right? So I'm not gonna go into that conversation. I didn't feel the need to press him about something that I actually believe him when he says. So if there's audience that just wants me to sit here and say, hey, but you said this, hey, but you said that, hey, but you said that, on a point that I actually don't think everyone else is looking at this, or at least trusting his position on, I'm not gonna do that because, one, that's what all week everybody's been trying to do. All of these things is people trying to force this perspective on Lupe, and Lupe reacts accordingly, and it makes things more difficult for people's reputation on him, right? And yet we still ask the questions, and we got new things out of it. You know, so from a journalistic standpoint, check a whole bunch of new things. Now, whether people believe it or don't believe it, hey, that's fine. Whether people, yeah, what's up?
I love Lupe with all my heart. The nigga still reiterated that Logic was better than Kendrick. Last night.
Well, right, and that was another thing. And so here we go. That's another thing I'm proud of in the conversation. This is the first time anyone has asked him if he still feels like Logic is a better lyricist than Kendrick Lamar in 2026.
And he said yes.
And he said yes. Now,
Damn.
but he said yes based off of the first 30 minutes when he outlines that when he's thinking of lyricism, he's thinking of punchlines and entendres. Kendrick is not focused on that. We even talked about whether or not it's fair to compare battle rappers to punchlines and entendres to a commercial artist if there's different motivations. He explained that too. So whether or not we like the fact that he said that or not, we understand where he's coming from. I'm not going to sit here and cast judgment and tell him he's crazy and stupid. I understand where he's coming from.
The same as this. Okay, so it's like this. If somebody was to ask me, who's a better actor, Denzel Washington or somebody on Whose Line Is This Anyway, who does improv extremely well? Nigga, come on, man. But somebody might say the person who does improv extremely well is a better actor.
Right.
Okay, but not really. But that's how you feel. So I will let him feel that way, but it's just...
Right. Now, we have the answers. How we feel about them now is on us.
Yes.
I can't sit here and say that we don't have an answer to these things. I also know that looking at that answer, his response was, you know what? Yes. And where I'm at now, I'm revisiting how I've approached all of this stuff. So in terms of, is there a new thread to follow for people going forward? Why? Oh, shoot, sounds like Lupe actually has an issue. It sounds like, Lupe has now entered the chat that is coloring Lupe's opinions on at least how he's been handling these conversations in a new way.
Yeah.
That's another thing you want out of conversations. The next person that interviews Lupe, they're gonna go right there. So in terms of new angles on an old topic from a journalistic standpoint, check. So I personally feel it went great. I can understand people's frustrations. I can understand people who wanted to get a direct, succinct answer to certain things, but some people just don't communicate that way.
Right.
I don't sit here and, I do this with Stat twice a week. Mm-hmm. Twice a week I do this with Stat. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times Stat has said some stuff that people are like, Justin, you should have, I don't know why you didn't do this, I don't know why you didn't do that. Because I know Stat, one, and two, I'm interested to see what Stat has to say and where he's coming from. Yeah. Whether or not I agree is a separate thing, but I'm not gonna force him to agree with me. I'm not. Mm-hmm. We can have a debate on the topic. We debate all the time. We share our opinions. A lot of times we end up in the same place, but we know where we're coming from. And then other things we meet in the middle or one of us moves to the other side. Stat says plenty of things that I just don't believe. And then he starts talking about them and I'm like, you know what? I see where he's coming from. That's actually a good point. Okay. You asked me about my top 3 earlier. One of the reasons they've shifted is because of a conversation with Mickey Fax. Me and Mickey had a debate on my channel about MCs and lyricism and what counts and what doesn't count. Mickey's argument as to why Andre 3000 not having a solo album is more significant than I had ever thought is so compelling that it has shifted the way I looked at it. Like regardless of how incredible your pen is, if you've never been under the pressure to actually have to fill out 2 to 3 verses by yourself 10 to 18 times, that is a significant skill set that you just don't have experience doing.
It's not fair.
How can I have that person as the GOAT when they haven't shown that they can do at least the bare minimum every other GOAT has?
So is Love Below not a solo album to you?
It's not a rapping album.
Okay.
It is a solo album to me.
So is Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is not a rap album either.
I wouldn't put it in my top.
It is 52% R&B.
It's 70% R&B, isn't it?
There you go, 70% R&B. So to me, it's not a rapping album.
Okay.
No, it's an amazing album, and also she lied about it. She lied about it. So there's two things. I'm not saying her pen ain't crazy.
Right.
I'm saying that if we're looking at this compared to other people we revere, that is a big thing not to have. That is a big gap, right? So when I hear certain things, and I get new information, I'm not the person that thinks the same thing on Monday as I do on Wednesday when Tuesday exists.
Right.
If something happens on Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm gonna have a different opinion.
I feel you, yeah.
And so I'm not entrenched in my beliefs in that way. Right. I'm entrenched in my values, in my morals. Mm-hmm. I'm entrenched in my conviction, my personal constitution. Mm-hmm. But if I believe that, this wall behind me is white, and then I leave and come back and it's black, I'm not gonna sit here and still think that it's white. Mm-hmm. There's new information that has entered the conversation. And so that's how I looked at that conversation yesterday. There's a lot of new information. We got to see Lupe process some new things that he's thinking about, whatever those things might be. We've left a trail for people to follow up on a new topic or a new angle on the conversation that everybody seems to love. We got a whole bunch of examples of things we never heard before. And we have a solid definition of what's at the core of this whole news run, what he thinks about lyricism. And we got to see him bounce that idea off other people who are highly trained music experts like Dwan B. We got to see highly trained lyrical professors. With Mickey Fax. You got to see BK, a Gen Z person who doesn't make music's point of view on it, and you got to see L, another MC who has her own questions about things. So for me, if I just think of a quality of a conversation and separate myself emotionally from what I want someone to say, I think it was everything that 2004 Company Man was hoping for. Mm-hmm. So 1 second applause to me.
Okay, so I'm running down. I'm fucking with everything you saying, and I fuck with it, and I feel your opinion. I fuck with even the Andre stuff and everything about Lupe. But this is what I want to say. It's some shit we've talked about this. When I'm in my house, I'm butt naked, right? Okay, I'm butt naked in the house. I'm walking around. I'm chilling. I'm naked. If I take my black ass, my butt naked ass out into the street, that changes the situation of being naked. It's called time and place, right? It's not that I'm trying to take away your freedoms to not be able to say and do what you want to do. It's just a time and place. When he's on the MIT campus in front of the people that cut him a check, it's certain things that he's not going to say. It's certain personal conversations he's not going to have. It's certain feelings and sentiments he's not going to have because it doesn't benefit him to have it. So with everything in light of everything that he's going through and everything that he's been dealing with, and he said fans get artists killed. Do you think it's very smart of him to get up on a platform and say that Logic is still better than Kendrick Lamar after all the things that he's been through, and on that same platform to deem that Nas, because he doesn't fit into this criteria that he has, is not an extraordinary lyricist? Does that do all that does is
I think that you understand how people misspeak stat, or how you say something faster than you've thought about it, because he immediately clarified that. He changed his thing after he thought about it for a second. I don't think he was necessarily, and also I think that there's other ways to take what that moment was, right? There's no part of me that believes that Nas or that Lupe was dissing Nas, his biggest influence.
I don't think so either.
But here's another way to look at that moment, right? Here's Lupe talking about, from a lyricist standpoint, he is valuing punchlines and entendres. He spent 37 minutes explaining that right before we got to that part, or I think it actually was in the middle of that part, right? When he talked about lyricism, again, with the Nas connection, he was being consistent with what he's talking about. He was lived legitimately. And I think that for everybody who has a confusion about what Lupe is talking about when he's talking about lyricism, that is a great example of even Lupe recognizing that his definition of lyricism isn't the alpha and omega about what makes someone great. There are people who are outside of just punchlines and entendres, or when it comes to overall artistry or songwriting or ability to connect or ability to put new ideas into the world or storytelling and all these things. Like, so from my point of view, that also lets you know how niche and siloed what this conversation really is. So whether or not people want to look at that clip and say Lupe dissed Nas and said Nas ain't a lyricist, that's not what I took from that. What I took from that is, yeah, even Nas, based on Lupe's definition, is separate, is in a separate spot. Now, whether or not people want to take it that way is one thing, but two, he did clean that up right after.
But
so
Justin,
I'm not sticking on someone who misspoke and then corrected himself.
No, but
I never stick when you misspeak and correct yourself.
But Justin, this is the difference. This is the difference. I have not sit up here and explained to you I have not played victim with me misspeaking, how it ruined my life. I haven't sit up here and just I did this, I did it and misspeaking, and then it ruined my life, and then I'm continuing to just like I'm not standing in the fire of that. So but
that is a perspective, and we all have a choice to look at it. Just because that is how that connects with you doesn't mean that is where Lupe is coming from. If someone asks you a question about why you have this posture when it comes to the industry, or why it seems like you're a hater, and they think you're a hater on Kendrick, and he gives you a long list of things that he went through, he's essentially saying, hey, based on the things I've went through, this is how I look at all this. Now, you can say that.
But he's setting himself up for it to happen to him again.
Clearly, he's not worried about that. It seems like you're more worried about that. I don't think he is. One thing I've not yet to see is Lupe be out here talking about how he is upset that people keep getting this stuff wrong. What I get from
why
him,
did he entertain the negativity?
People, man? Like
he explained that yesterday too.
Okay,
now whether or not we agree, then that's a fine thing to take away from it. That is your interpretation of what happened. But these aren't questions anymore. The only questions left are how we feel about what he said.
Well, how you answered it? Okay, yeah.
That is the only thing that's left. Now, whether or not we want to believe him or accept it, or if we respect it, totally different conversation. But all of the answers are there, including 8 new things that we didn't even know.
No, but Justin, my point is, I'm not disputing that it was quality. My point is, I told you it was great for Culture United. It was great for Third Verse. I told you this when I talked to you on the phone today. I don't think it was great for Lupe because he's smart enough to know, based on what he's been through, he should have took a different approach. He's still taking the same approach that he has been taking his entire career that has backfired on him. He should have took a different approach. That's all I'm saying. How many times you gonna keep doing the same? Dog, you think I'm gonna get in front of Eminem again and tell him that he don't know what he's talking about with a song? Right. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Like, yo, that's Eminem. I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna keep making the same mistake. And you say he does not care. He does care because he's entertaining it. If you don't care, you don't entertain it. Period.
Unless it's fun. Unless it's fun. There's all kinds of things.
It ain't fun for him. You saw his body language, Justin? I'm sorry. That dog looking out the window, looking like this. That shit wasn't fun. He said he was on a press run. He said pressure run. What'd he say? Pressure run.
Pressure run. That was actually pretty funny.
That's what I'm saying.
Pressure
run. Dog, Justin, I'm not telling nobody that's nothing new. This nigga told somebody that we're close to that he's retired from doing podcasts. Then he went and did one with you last night. You think he really wanted to do that? He didn't want to do that shit last night, dog. He was sitting in the car. You see Omar? He wants to do this. Look at Omar. Look at that smile.
Well, he was sitting in the car because the schedule changed at the last minute. And the fact that
he didn't want to do it.
Well, if he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't have done it.
He did it for you, Justin.
And I appreciate it.
He did it for you because he knows me. Because as I said when you was gone, Academics got $1 million, a chain, a private flight, all kind of shit. The way Academics champion Drake is how you champion this nigga. Good, bad, or indifferent. Justin is riding with Lupe Fiasco. Good, bad, dog. I watch academics spin Drake so much, I be dizzy by the time. Well, maybe Drake ain't that bad. Maybe I be watching this thing. I'm like, damn. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back and listen to the album. Let me listen to Iceman again. Maybe I'm tripping. I put it on. Boo boo. I'm back to reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm back to the reality of where we at. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm just telling you the difference between what you champion and what academics are champion. Private Flight, OVO chain. You know what I'm saying? Justin, you got an interview in the car, my nigga. I'm just saying what's happening. I'm just telling you a nigga looking out the window, not even being interested. This nigga just looking at what's going on. And now that I know he's a street nigga who would karate chop your ass, he probably was in a bad neighborhood. That's why he had to look around. That's probably what was that. Nigga was in the hood. You know, now that I know you're a hood, nigga, now I know why he was looking around. I didn't know that till today. I didn't know that Lupe was shooting niggas, but now I know he's a gangster. Okay, cool. Lupe, Whack 100, one and the same. Big U, Lupe. Al Capone, Lupe. I didn't know my nigga was thugging. I'm sorry, Lupe. I apologize. Justin has told me who you are in real life. I don't want no smoke, baby. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I did learn a lesson watching him. And I realized last night why a lot of niggas hated me when I came on this Culture United. Because I had the same posture, the same disposition, the same arrogance, the same way that I presented myself. I had the same chagrin, if you will. I had the same not paying attention, not taking these people serious. I had the same shit going on. I seen it last night. I saw myself in him. I'm like, damn, that's how I look. No wonder these niggas think I'm a piece of shit. I'm tripping. That's why that's why from here on out when I come on here, baby, I'm hitting you niggas with the Justin smile, nigga. Huh? You can see you see the molars in the back, nigga. This all real. I'm hitting y'all niggas can see. I'm hitting y'all niggas with the real Kool-Aid. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited. I love y'all niggas. Hey niggas.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the conversation. One, I was really happy. It was a personal bucket list moment. Two, for the objectives I wanted to get out of it, all of them were. If there was something I could change, even though I think it was necessary for the conversation, especially if it's going to be on Culture United, I would have spent less time on lyricism. I would have got to the main stuff faster. We didn't get to it until 37 minutes in. I probably would have got to it till maybe 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in. Because I think there's another 15 minutes of conversation that could have just came out and been also really dope. One of the things that's been happening is people are critical of Lupe for his AI project. Love to get him talking about. I would love to get him to talk about that.
I would have wanted to hear that too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, maybe another conversation. Maybe not for Culture United, just on my channel, just to focus on that. But that's something that I missed. Obviously, I've got 20 years of Lupe questions, music-wise, that I would have loved to get to. At the end, I'm just like, okay, let me just satisfy 2004 Justin again real quick. What about this song? What about that song? Where's that at? But that's another one of those things. One of the things about Lasers that I do like a lot, I know he said he wished he didn't even want to come out, but that is actually the most vulnerable I've ever heard Lupe. Because Lupe spends so much time in third person that we don't really get a chance to get close to who he is as a person. And on that album, he talks about going to therapy, almost like he sounds, suicidal based on where his life was at that point in time. Would have loved to have gotten into that, or to get closer to some of those conversations. But the biggest thing for me is I always looked at his protest, the fan protest for Lasers, and Anonymous for Tetsuo and Youth. I always thought those were good things. I always thought that was just particularly the protest, I thought that was one of the craziest inversions of capitalism. People showed up to a record label, protest Atlantic Records, so to release a Lupe Fiasco album so they could buy it. Right. I thought that where does that even come from? And then the fact that Anonymous is part of, Tetsuo and Youth coming out. I always thought these were good things, cool things, very unique things. He described all of the problems that caused. I had never thought that. Like that is, to me, and I know him off record. I know Chill off record. Neither of them has shared that with me. I've never heard him talk about that. You know what I mean? So these are things that I think color what's happening in a different kind of way for the arc of his career. And I also know that, you know, some things just aren't going to be satisfactory to a lot of people unless he says, yes, I hate Kendrick. A lot of people just want to hear, yes, I hate Kendrick. And whether or not and I'm not talking about like generally speaking, but yeah, that is what people have been pressing him on. Why does it sound like you hate Kendrick? A lot of people want to hear him say, yes, I hate Kendrick. I wish I had his career. I don't generally think that he feels that way. I trust him on that. But if you don't believe him on that, and he's not saying that, then the cycle continues.
You know the thing, when he does always say, man, damn, Kendrick has a great team around him. He's with a great record label. He's with these, you know, I don't know if he wants Kendrick's career, but I bet he wish he had a team that Kendrick had when he was, you know, when he was coming up like that. I know Chill went to prison, and that's bad, right? That's horrible. That's his manager, and I know that Jay-Z left. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder if he's like, man, I wonder where I would be at if I had Top and I had everybody at Top Dog. You know what I'm saying? If I had Musa and I had all of these other cats, where would I be at if I had that same kind of infrastructure? I don't want to put words in the man's mouth. I don't know the brother, you know what I'm saying? But I wonder when he talks about how great Kendrick has had the team around him, I wonder if he feels like if I had that same type of support, what would I be?
I mean, I think he does, to be honest, and I don't necessarily think necessarily think he thinks about that necessarily in comparison to TDE on its own. I do personally think, and I wish this is another thing I wish I would have steered at least I would have managed the Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I wish I'd managed the conversation differently. Pivotable. Oh, wait. But I wish I would have managed the conversation differently because I really want to get into his motivations on why he kept Chill as his manager. Because that really is, to me,
still real nigga, man. That's solid. You know what I'm saying?
But here's what I mean. Also, but here's what I mean by that. Your manager is in prison. Yes. So everything that needs to happen. Like, I met Chill when Chill was in prison.
Right.
So when I'm talking to Chill with Securus.
Right.
Securus is like, this is the Illinois State Penitentiary. Yes. You're getting a call from Chill. Do you, I'm listening to that, right? Yeah. So, but that to me is such a unique thing. Now, I'm not saying that other people haven't had managers go to jail. I'm not saying that people haven't stood by, their folk when they're sitting down. What I'm saying is, this kid coming up is on track. He is in a space where he's compared to the all-time greats.
Yeah.
And there was everything in the whole world sitting in front of him. He kept the same manager. Of course, that's going to, limit your ability to structure your team in a way that can move like a TDE. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to get more into that to get closer to that answer. But that's what I think too. Like, just imagine that. Like, if your manager, your mentor, is sitting down and you have to now be the artist and run the company.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Like, people look at Lupe's career as a failure. I look at this as, I don't know who else could have the success that he's had with these circumstances, whether they're his fault or not. He's
who
still
looks at his career as a failure?
I don't look at his career as a failure at
all. These people who've been Lupe's lives and chats he's been popping in.
No.
Like that video was called the Lupe Fiasco problem. People look at him as if he underachieved.
Oh, man.
I look at this like, I don't know nobody else that could put these numbers on the board. I wonder who else could have done that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so this is my issue with him personally as the man. Anyone that would write that is somebody that does not deserve for you to even be entertaining. Because if you see a nigga that has put out that many albums, that has had that type of success in selling records, in the midst of all the shit that we know that goes on with labels, and you still deem him as a problem. When I said Kendrick Lamar is the continuation of Lupe Fiasco, I'm speaking from a success standpoint. Lupe didn't get to the Super Bowl, but he damn near was close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was right there. So, like, my thing is, and I hate that society does this to our guys and girls that do music sometimes, and people that accomplish things. They start they compare and then and make them feel as though make the fact that he would even feel that he needed to go through his failures to run them down on the show, that he felt like it was relevant for him to even say that based on everything that he's accomplished is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had accomplished what Lupe Fiasco accomplished as an MC, I don't think I would even entertain most of the shit that he be entertaining. This nigga is like, dog, I don't know one rapper on earth that don't say that Lupe Fiasco is nice. It's not too many. It's not too many artists that get that. I don't know one rapper that say he ain't nice. You know what I mean? Niggas say Logic sucks. I told you Schoolboy Q say he ugly. Now he didn't say he sucked, but he said he ugly, dog. I don't know what that means. I'm just saying, think about all the rappers on the earth. Niggas, Gucci Mane terrible. There is nobody that has heard this man rap on a microphone and said, hey, that nigga can't rap. I've actually heard niggas tell me that Eminem can't rap. I almost lost my fucking head arguing, but I'm just saying, I've never heard someone tell me that Lupe Fiasco can't rap.
Right.
That in itself makes you one of the greatest niggas on earth. I've heard niggas tell me that Jay-Z can't rap. And this dude who we talking about is having conversations with niggas that say the Lupe problem? Nigga, Problem and Lupe? A nigga that rap, he made a hit. He won a Grammy on a song about a building with Jill Scott singing the hook. He made that into that was a commercial because it's 5 songs. I'm incorrect that I know because Daydreaming is one of them. He made that into a hit record, nigga. What are we talking about? Why is he even talking to niggas? That's my point. I would only be talking to Justin or niggas like Justin.
This motherfucker made a song about dumbing it down. I'm gonna dumb it down so I can. That was so goddamn complex, man.
Right.
I'm like, yo, man, I'm the biggest. You're the biggest Lupe fan. I am a huge Lupe fan.
Right.
It just sad. It don't sadden me. That's that man's business, man. You know what I'm saying? But damn, man, it's just sort of whack. But it is what it is, man. There's some of the shit, some of the moves, but I love that brother, man. For real, he cold.
He's insane.
He's
cold, man. We're lucky to have him.
Yes. I want to say this too, because not even just with Lupe, there's a lot of artists that there's probably a dozen or so artists that like I love so much. I feel like their art, who they are, their moves are connected to me. Like there's a basketball team worth of artists that I feel that strongly about. Yeah. And the fanager in me be screaming at these niggas when they be doing dumb shit. The fanager in me be going crazy. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. Come on, man. Our identity is on the line.
Right,
you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have these moments a lot. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I have the same reaction when I see, Lou jumping into these chats, you know what I mean, or to these lives, That's
what Stat was saying. It's like you were like, he don't care. Man, he cares a lot because he be talking to like Joe Neckbone ass niggas. And it's just like, why are you in this dude's chat? He only got 30 people following right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care?
But one of the things
Justin, you know what you said last night, Justin?
Yeah.
You said, and he said it too. Name another nigga that has done what I've done that actually talked to you niggas.
Right. And that is what, because I look at it, this is 100% facts. I've been watching Lupe do this for a few years. Obviously, I'm like, Lupe, I'm sitting right here. I'm sitting right here, Lou. But away from that, though, once I take myself out of it and I see all these other people, Lupe's talking to, and I see their reactions to it, I don't think a lot of these people realize how rare this is. You know what I'm saying? I've been writing about a product people don't buy since the W. Bush administration. Okay, I've had independent platforms, before flat screen TVs came out. Me at multiple stages of life would have killed to be any one of those guys. Yeah. Killed for the opportunity to talk to not even just Lou, anybody who's willing to do that. Because most people be looking down on what's happening over here. And these, and a lot of people I think, are just looking for the moment or maybe didn't really appreciate it or maybe they don't understand how rare a lot of these moments truly are. But what is better for an independent content creator than exclusive content and conversations? That is the goal. You want to go viral. You want to break news.
And
you
what
want people to
quality
see.
did go viral. He was in Billboard magazine, bro.
Right, he did.
Yeah.
He absolutely did. You know what I'm saying? Now, you guys know this. You know this in Hollywood. Can you replicate that success? You know that in music. Can you replicate that success? The same thing lives in content. The same thing lives in journalism. The same thing lives in reaction space. Can you do it again? We have to do this every day. Very rare you make one piece of anything that can carry you forever.
Right.
So what happens after that moment, after that person leaves? What does that next opportunity look like?
Yeah.
Does someone else want to come and do the same thing and help you replicate that success?
Right.
Like, these are things that I see and I think about as someone who's in this and has done this and can relate to the entire space. But I look at these cats, I'm like, I don't know if you guys realize how often this don't happen.
Hey, Justin, let me bust people's bubble. First of all, I want y'all to know that Justin is the person that told me, "Hey, man, keep your head down. Next piece of content, that's over with. Next week, next show, we're going on to the next one." And he instilled that in me. But I want y'all to think about something. Even the people that are critical about Lupe, right? Give y'all a story. One day, someone really close to Justin Bieber called me, right, and said, "Hey, Justin Bieber wanna talk to Kendrick. Can you make that happen?" Right? I called Dave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dave, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to go above Dave to talk to Dot. You know, I understand protocol. I just hit Dave. I ain't even hit top at the time. I hit Dave. I'm like, "Hey, man, Justin Bieber want to talk to Kendrick." Dave like, "For what?" I said, "Man, you just want to get on the phone with him and talk to him. I don't know what." Not happening. The reason I brought that up is, nigga, Kendrick ain't even talking to Justin Bieber, nigga. So what that means, all you little small niggas that's championing him, he ain't talking to your ass. He not talking to you niggas. Lupe barely was talking to Justin on camera. It's a very rare thing to have these niggas come up out the house to have discussions of any type of situation. So even though old boy kind of baited him into the conversation, he probably should have handled it a little bit different, right? Just from a business perspective, so that they could have came to a common place, and Lupe wouldn't see him the way he's seen him, because this is going to haunt him for getting other people on his shit. You get what I'm saying? Because the top-notch guys, I don't know if y'all realize, niggas don't be wanting to talk. I know all these niggas. All these niggas know I got some shit going on with a platform. I talk to these niggas all the time. They not finna come up here and talk to me how we talk on the phone. The first time we did it, we recorded a show, I think the Juvenile show. And two people called me after we did that. Busta Rhymes, and I talked to Top Dog on FaceTime. Justin was right there. I'm like, "Top, baby, what we doing, baby?" He's like, stack, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, so what I'm saying, this is me. I mean, like, this me though. Niggas ain't gonna talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So if you a small creator and you get somebody like him on your shit, yeah, you should get your shit off. But you gotta do it in a way to where the next time somebody of that level, they might consider to fuck with you. But now they're gonna see what you did with him and say, "I ain't doing that." So that's what I'm gonna say.
Look,
so that's what I'm gonna say.
Right, and I'm not saying this to critique any of these other creators, right? Rap Roundtable, love their work. They do great stuff. Jason and Skip, what We Are Deciphered, who Lou sat down with, fantastic platforms. Quality, awesome platform. I'm not sitting here saying that these guys don't deserve it. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I know you. I know you're not saying that.
I'm pointing out how rare this is.
Yes.
Every time we turn on the camera, every time we put something out, regardless of what style, whether that's think piece, whether that's breakdown, whether that's reaction, whether that's interview, every time we put something out, it's a business card. Every time we put something out is an opportunity to exercise consistency. It's an opportunity to strengthen our brands. You know what I mean? And the rarity of these things is part of the space. Even when it's just like, even when it's people who are actually on press runs. I talked about this last night. I have so much respect for J. Cole for going on Lost in Vegas. You could tell he really rocks with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow Lost in Vegas like in terms of like all the content they've put out, but I don't remember them doing an interview of that scale. And they did a fantastic job. You know what I mean? One thing I don't do in this space is criticize other creators and journalists unless something extreme happens. Because I understand how difficult this is. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's plenty of things within the professional range to comment on, but I look at all these people as we're all part of the same tribe. And I think there's a lot of people because of, you know, particularly after the battle, there's just a lot of new channels that have sprout up. Like the market has expanded. There's a lot of people who have now re-engaged in hip hop who haven't been involved or engaged in the past 10 years. There's a lot of new people who are seeing people that they connect with more than maybe what traditional media or what some of the legacy online brands have done. I just try to impress upon people again. This is not a lottery ticket. If you're gonna be in this, you gotta be about this.
Right.
You gotta know what it feels like to put out your best work and get 92 fucking views.
Right.
You gotta know what it feels like to throw your heart into something and it absolutely goes nowhere. You gotta find it in yourself, your own internal fortitude to say, I love this much, I know that shit's dope, they'll find it eventually, time to move on.
Yeah.
And you gotta treat people in the space with respect. And a lot of times, you have to treat them with respect, even if you're not even if you know that you might look compromised in the moment. I'm not saying you have to do anything, I'll say that. But I'll say this, for me personally, I got so much respect for all these people in this space, and I really hope that they cherish every one of these moments because they are fleeting, even when you get to a certain level.
Well, I think what you're saying is some real shit, and I'm gonna give y'all some insight on even third verse in the beginning. You know, with our situation with DJ. You know, this is off the record conversation. I'm gonna let y'all in because we family. Man, DJ's like, man, like why aren't people listening to these stories? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, we're letting these people into what we're doing, and it's hard for him to look up and be like, it's only. You know, when we first started out, it was like 20 people in here listening to us talk. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And so it's like what Justin said, it's very difficult sometimes, especially somebody like him and, the type of success that he's seen. It's like, hey, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? So you take these creators and everybody that's doing their thing, it's not easy to get up and just be talking and expressing yourself, and it's one or two people in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to consistently keep doing it and keep doing it and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy. You know what I mean? Like, you take Omar as an actor. He didn't start off in Training Day, nigga. In motherfucking Django. That wasn't the first gig. That wasn't it. Omar was doing a bunch of dumb shit he didn't want to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't just start off being in New York, Atlanta. I'm on a shoot for 6 months and doing this and taking care of his family and making money. That's not where that man started. He had to go through so much bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He had to go through so much bullshit to even get to a level where he at right now.
Right.
So
Road trip.
Shoot, doing plays for $100 a week. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him, O. I don't think. First of all, we ain't even introduced O. We just jumped into the conversation. We got a real. we listen. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. We got a real thespian up here, man. We got a real artist. We got a real actor, my nigga. We got a motherfucker that do it. And not only did he do it, changed himself physically to a point to where he had to wear a fat suit, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On that show on HBO with Sebastian Maniscalco. Bookie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which was my favorite show. And then the politics, which we ain't gonna get into, but the politics got involved, and now we no longer have it. But I love that show, and I still watch it to this day. One of the reasons I have HBO.
My dog.
But I'm just saying, this dude didn't just pop up out of nowhere. Justin didn't just pop out of nowhere, man. I'm gonna tell you some shit Justin ain't told y'all. When Justin first got started, he would go into the comments, comment on his own shit, because nobody was commenting on his shit. I looked in Culture United last night, damn, it had 3,000 people in that motherfucker. I almost teared up.
Yeah.
I almost got emotional because my dog was living a moment. I was so happy for him. I was happy for him because I know what Lupe mean to him. I know the arguments we didn't have about this nigga. And I'm like, damn, this is dope. And and when we did the show Tuesday, it made me upset that he ain't sat with Justin. And I know he loved Justin. Cause I sat in a car with Justin and listened to Justin talking to Chill. I know how much Chill loved Justin. So I'm like, why is this nigga going over here? Get with my dog. My dog didn't pay this dude. So that's all in all what Justin is saying, man. Like all the content creators out there, anybody that's in this chat that's doing your thing, stay doing your shit. But if you do, I'm just saying, giving some advice. If you ever have the opportunity to have discussions with someone of Lupe's success, maybe table introduce the negatives that you have with this person in such a way to where y'all can have a constructive conversation to where it does not become combative, which will affect what you have to do later on. Because I'm just saying, it's the next content, the next show. Look, just like, it's the next movie. Fuck that last movie. It's the next movie, the next television show, the next documentary. It's what you've done for me lately, not what you've done. So that's it. You know.
Let's see which kind of new media asset we could use that works for that. Let's see. Oh, this is the camera. This is the camera new media asset.
Poo, pee, pee, wee, wee.
That's what Cameron raps like.
I can't hear
the sound effects. You can't hear it? Let me see.
No.
I can't hear nothing.
Let me see.
Poo, poo, pee, pee, wee, wee.
Can you hear that?
It's in your headphones, probably.
It's definitely in my head, but it's on StreamYard. We should be able. Can you guys hear this? Let me see.
Get up out of there.
Oh,
Y'all can't hear that.
no.
All right, we got to figure this out. But we have sounds in here. Can you hear this? Let me see this.
Nope.
Really? Huh. All right, well, we got to figure it out. But, one step at a time. That's what it is. You guys want to take a look at some of these super chats and then move on to the next one?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Right. Let's see. We did that one already. Let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. Okay, so the stream can hear this, but you guys can't hear it. That's interesting. Okay, so the stream can hear it. So I'm going to do one more camera on for everybody.
Poo, poo, pee, pee, wee, wee.
It's so funny to me. Okay.
I can't.
You guys
can the stream?
You can hear it on the playback, I guess. This one right here is DJ Nasla says, I heard that Jay-Z and Nas story a bunch of times, except when he told it last night, where he added the "What more can I say" story and Nas talking about his bars. I was shocked at the body language. Breezed over 100 over dot. Yeah, I mean, I had people tell me they wanted him to actually list the 100 battle rappers. That's not content I'm doing. I'm just not doing that.
I don't want to do that.
That's somebody else. That's for someone else's show. So, but I think, what's funny? When I see some of the reactions to Lupe's responses, I think about the breakdown that I do. Because the show, The Breakdown, always ends with, I don't have the answer to these questions. And people think that I don't have the answers to these questions. But they've sat through 13 minutes of my point of view on the topic.
Right.
They act as if I don't tell them for 15 minutes what I think.
Right.
I don't have the answer to these questions is to include y'all. Right. It's not me saying I wasted 15 minutes making a video about some shit I don't know the answer to. And it just always reminds me about how, people interpret or receive different information in, whatever context. So I feel where you're coming from, DJ Nasla. I don't think that, for me, what I take from the 100 battle rappers thing is when it comes to punchlines and entendres, for whatever reason, Dot's not doing that. He's not focused on that in his music. And so that's part of where that comparison comes from. You know, now we heard the debate. You have Mickey Fax in there, especially at the end after Lupe left, talk about how he looks at lyricism, right? But the whole conversation around lyricism was so that people could understand where Lupe is coming from. And he is focused on these particular literary devices because of their importance in hip hop and foundational in hip hop. But he's not saying that lyricism is the beginning and end of being an incredible MC. He's saying just lyricist. He looks at this. So
and I believe that with having conversations with Mickey and other people in his personal life, when they start saying names that don't use that didn't do those punchlines, Tupac no punchlines,
right.
Ice Cube no punchlines, Scarface no punchlines, DMX no punchlines. It's a bunch of artists I can name.
Right.
Too Short, E40. I can go down the list of great rappers. Snoop Dogg that wasn't punchline heavy, but they were still impactful. So I think once you start naming those names for him, he'll fall off of that and kind of realize the absurdity of why people feel like what he's saying is absurd. That's all I'm saying.
I think he understands that. I think he is having a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he is only talking about lyricism for whatever reason, that's what he's talking about. And people don't like the fact that the word lyricism isn't connected to an artist maybe they like more because they want their artist, or in their point of view, that artist is lyrical. That is a different conversation. He is saying this.
This is his opinion.
This is right. This is his opinion.
How he feels.
And it's more than opinion. This is the methodology he is basing this on.
Yeah, right.
So if you try to bring in other things outside that methodology and get frustrated at him for not including things that you want to include,
so be it. It is what it is.
That's what it is. But this is where he's at. You know, now whether you agree, totally different thing.
Right.
Totally different thing. But you know, I see it. Yeah. Appreciate that one. K-Way for real. I don't have critiques on Lupe music, but this has gone way past music. Insinuating violence towards fans and even Dot calling Koala to lose his job and livelihood. What was all this for? At what cost? We're better than this. I missed that. You know, maybe I didn't. That's
when I said he was talking tough. That's what I was talking about.
But you talk about lose his job though. I don't understand that.
No, because he said Koala he'll never work in this town again. He threw a sign up or something. Remember he threw the little sign up. He did something with his hands. He's like, "Yeah, I told you." I don't
think that. I didn't take that way though. Is that what that was? He was threatening Koala to not have his job. Like,
no, he said he'll never do nothing in the media space or the industry. It's over with. Justin,
I saw that part, but I saw that part. But the way I'm reading this is like lose his job and livelihood.
That's pretty much what he said, dog.
I mean, is he saying that he was trying to make that happen, or what? I don't get it. Because the way I took that moment, and correct me if I'm wrong, like, I'm just telling you how I received it, and I could be receiving it wrong. I think what Lupe is saying that when someone shows they ass in one way or the other, it's a reflection. It's a bat signal forward, right? I think what Lupe was saying, at least from my point of view. Explain it to me if I missed it, or maybe because I watched it again last night when I was cutting clips. But I think what he was saying was, this is what's happening right now. Let's see how Quality's future looks based on what he's putting out or the energy he's putting out into the world, essentially. I didn't know. I missed what this thing is.
And what I'm trying to, and this goes back to when he said kick push was only about skateboarding. Your words, when they leave your lips and somebody else hears them, they take it however they take it. Just like you just took it how you took it. Me and K-Way took it as a threat. I took that as a threat.
I got to take a look at that moment again because I've completely
I did. That's why remember I told you, I said, why is he talking so tough? That's why I got that. That's where it was. He was talking tough. So that nigga said kick push is about skateboarding. Oh, yeah. Not to me.
Right.
It's about skating through life, overcoming your obstacles, keep pushing through. That's how I took it. I took it as a double entendre for that. But this nigga came back and said, "No, nigga, I don't care how you took it. This how I wrote it." And what I explained to Justin is when with art and even with conversations, when Justin says what he says, this is what really makes Justin really good. On top of a lot of things, his voice and everything else, he's very good at articulating a point to where people take it exactly how he meant for them to take it.
For sure.
I am horrible at that.
Yeah.
I am terrible at that. I say something, and then when I see somebody say something about it, what I said, I'm like, damn. Me and Lupe in the same boat. It might be an MC thing.
So, and
I'll
the
say
thing
some
about it
shit.
is, Justin isn't even. It's not even that you're succinct. You are detailed.
Yes.
What you say, you want to make sure that whatever you say, and I get, yeah. So Lupe wasn't like that last night.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
So
I
so
gotta
so
take another
I'm
look at this
terrible at
moment.
that. Yeah, I'm terrible at that. I'll say something, and them niggas are, like that when we talked about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Some people really thought that I was like campaigning for her based on what I was saying. I ain't campaigning for what the fuck she was doing. I
right,
ain't rocking with that shit. She
right.
full of shit, lying like a motherfucker. But people,
Yeah.
Stat, man, you need to stop it, man. You over here caping for her. I'm not caping for that, bro. She put on a bathing suit and try to act like she ain't to distract us from the fact that she a fake doctor. It's some bullshit.
What we
But
call no, we call him Justin, the grifter, formerly known as
The
Doctor.
grifter, formerly known as Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
yeah, no, man. And when we got off, when we got off, me and Justin, I'm like, damn, I gotta work on. I'm talking to Justin. I said, I gotta work on like getting my shit off because maybe these people not hearing me right now. That girl is full of caca. She full of shit.
Right.
She FaceTiming with the, you know what I'm saying? No, respect her as a woman, of
Yes,
course.
as a
Like,
woman. The rest of that bullshit, she a grifter.
we're not disrespecting her as a woman. I'm saying if I get caught in some mess and I got my Omar going on with the muscles, I'm not gonna after I get caught in the mess, I'm not gonna take my shirt off like this here, posing. Look at my body though. Huh? Look at that shoulder, nigga. Look at that shoulder, boy. That bicep on your ass.
Word up. But yeah, I agree with that. I mean, we are better than this. And I think there's a lot of different situations that have happened over the course of the week where I've had this exact same feeling. We are better than this. And,
Yo, is he done? Is Lupe done?
I personally think so.
I hope Culture United
think
was
he
the
is.
fucking coup de grace, man.
Right.
I think so.
Nigga,
I
go
think it was.
go make an album, do something else, man. This might be a great rollout for something. I don't know, man.
He has a project out now, actually. He has a live
shit.
album, a live ensemble, Food and Liquor Live by the New Deco
shit.
Deco Ensemble. It just came out last week.
Oh, dope. Okay, bet.
Yeah.
All right. Is he not talking about it? He's just talking about his other shit?
This is the first time I heard him talk about it was last night on Culture United.
Last night he said he decided not to promote it on these niggas' platforms. What these people have said about him made him feel such a way that you're not even going to promote this shit that you doing. You on a rollout. You're not even I didn't even know he had some shit out. I'm like,
I didn't
what?
even know he had a damn album.
You're going over there. It's the same shit I tell y'all on here. If you don't fuck with something, don't look at it, don't talk about it, act like it does not exist. That's the worst thing you can do. I mean, that's the best thing you can do if you want to get rid of it. If you don't like me or Justin, if you never watch us, you're doing us more damage than putting something in the comments saying something goofy. Because when you engage, that make everybody else want to engage. And as Shannon Sharp told y'all and showed y'all, he didn't have sex on camera. He did all kind of stuff. All that do is make people want to come back.
Right.
Y'all ain't stopped watching Nightcat when he was over there with Michelle. He gonna talk about Michelle tonight. You think he gonna talk about Michelle? We want to know about Michelle. Let's see if he talking about Michelle.
Word up.
Stat, I'm sorry. Hey, man, where the hell is Bobby Creek at?
Man, somewhere with his children.
Man, you talked about him the other day, and I just started listening to what's that album y'all had together?
Oh, FUPM.
FUPM, yeah. I started
Man,
listening
Bobby
to
nice, dog. Nice, dog. Bobby nasty.
That motherfucker so cold, dog, man. Make me check out the who?
Dog.
Bobby Creek. Who that is?
Come on.
I used to love that dude. I used to love both of y'all
dog.
together. Man, I just wondered, because you said something about him the other day. I was like, man, whatever happened to Creek Water, man?
Creek cold, dog.
Is he back in Atlanta? He's still in Atlanta?
He in Atlanta, dog. That nigga he had 10 kids. He might got more.
God damn, 10. All right.
I know. Listen, I hope he see this. I remember him telling me, man, he wanted to have one for every month.
All right, man. Hey, if you can afford it, it is what it is, bro.
Man, for sure. That nigga said, man, I can't wait till we go out on tour, man. So I can, have me some more babies.
On tour.
Yeah, that nigga felt like Genghis. He felt like he want to be like Genghis Khan. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I ain't mad at that. Yeah, Genghis Khan, boy. Genghis got, like I said, what, 1/5 of Asia got his DNA?
Yes,
something
dog.
like
Isn't
that.
that crazy?
That's crazy, dog. Yeah, man.
That dude gonna live forever as long as Earth
Yeah,
exists.
yeah, man.
He's
Yeah.
gonna live forever.
Damn,
You
well,
know.
yeah. I was thinking about because you said something about him the other day. I was like, man, whatever happened to Creekwater, man?
Man, Bobby one of the coldest, man. What's this shit on here? What you working on while Justin over there doing this thing? What
Man,
you
I got
got
this
going?
new movie I'm about to start in like a couple of weeks. I think it's in DC. Let me tell you right now. Damn, it's fucked up. I don't even know the name of that shit. Let me see.
You ain't gotta tell us what it is.
Yeah, I'm working in DC. Uh, it's called Hush Harbor. I'm starting that joint. But right now I'm in New York. I've been in New York for like the last 5-6 months. That's why y'all
So
ain't seen me around.
you living up there?
No, I'm just up here filming, man.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you filming some shit right now?
yeah, right now. Then I'm about
Oh
to
wow.
then about to skip over to DC after this, man.
So do
I'm ready to
y'all
get
have
back
to
home, dog. I'm ready to get
y'all
home, man.
y'all can't talk about the shit when y'all filming? Is that like what's the
Well,
rules there?
some of it's NDA. You know what I'm saying? You
Okay.
can't really talk
So-
about it until it gets released in the press. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but man, I'm ready to get back home. It's 100 degrees out here in LA, in New York right now, dog.
Oh, that's
Yo,
terrible.
did y'all see that wedding proposal on top of Empire State Building?
Yes, they got arrested too, didn't they?
I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
live
Shout
right
out.
across the street from the Empire State Building. It's literally right there, bro. Yeah, man.
Hey, listen.
I don't know how they weren't burning themselves like crazy, climbing up all that metal in the weather out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Mighty Whites.
Hey, boy, listen, bro.
Shout out to the Mighty Whites.
The
Once
Mighty
again,
Whites.
the Mighty Whites do it again. Shout out to the
They
Whites, man. Love
represented,
y'all, man.
bro. God dang.
Between the Empire State Building and JJ Redick making the Lakers the new Celtics.
That's Rob Palenka, buddy. That's Rob Palenka, bro. That's the
Rob Palenka. I love
boy.
what's going
Listen,
on.
bro. They look like Bob Cousy,
White
boy.
power.
Yeah, they look
Right?
like
It's going down.
they look like the Minneapolis Lakers.
Listen, bro. I was they said, "Fuck Showtime. It's Snowtime."
The Snowtime Lakers is hard.
Snowtime
That's
Lakers.
hard.
Snowtime
The
Lakers.
Snowtime Lakers is crazy.
That is crazy. That's a
we
triple
gotta
entendre.
we gotta get that shirt. The
Take a
Snowtime
t-shirt,
Lakers.
baby.
Oh man, you're right. Justin, triple entendre.
Triple entendre.
Oh
Out here,
my
triple
God, that'll be
entendre.
Exactly.
gangster.
We got Zero Fox 40 says, I'm going to keep it 100. I believe Lupe goes on these smaller podcasts because he thinks he's more intelligent than the host, and they wouldn't be able to verbally or intellectually spar with him, and I don't think that's cool. Yeah, I see where people are coming from.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think Lupe is more intelligent than a lot of people. But because you are that intelligent, it comes with great responsibility. And I think sometimes when you are on these podcasts, it rubs people the wrong way. And like I said to y'all, exactly. I learned from watching him last night on what you don't do, and I realized that I did that coming on Culture United for the first time. And that's just not what it is. We all together, regardless of what you know. Let's bring people into our world so that they can be on the level instead of talking down or even having that body language. Maybe that's not what he intended to do. I'm just telling you what it looked like to me and some other people that mentioned it.
Yep, I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see it. He doesn't have the warmest disposition.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is the truth. And so, it can come across crazy on screen.
Yeah.
One thing I'm really happy though is that I followed up on that Hot 97 Logic thing, because one of the things that he said about that was it's barbershop conversation. That's how he looked at that moment. Now I've been in barbershops where people say something crazy and the whole barbershop just walks out the barbershop before they get their haircut because it's so nuts. Right. But that happens in real life. You know what I mean? So I feel you. We got this one right here from Cuz What. Thank you, Cuz What. Says, if we talking Lupe's definition of lyricist, Eminem got it. Kendrick kind of mastered M, Nas, Pac, and Snoop styles. I agree. And Cube.
And Cube, for sure. Yeah.
And Andre 3000.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who is that? Who did that?
Kendrick.
No, I'm saying, who's this Cuz What? Shout out to Cuz What.
Cuz
I ain't never
What.
seen it. That's a new color right there, Cuz What.
Yeah, right? Appreciate you, bro. Hold on, let's get...
Read his shit again. Read this. Let me answer it again. Read Cuz What shit again. We're not discriminating. We just,
Oh, we racist over here.
certain colors do something to me. You know
We
what I'm saying?
colorist as hell. They're all preferred colors around here now.
I had to go like, color.
If we talking Lupe definition of lyricist, Eminem got it. Kendrick kind of mastered M, Nas, Pac, and Snoop styles. So word up, we appreciate.
Hey,
you.
guess what, cuz? I agree. I ask it again. I tell you, I agree again, nigga. What you talking about? So,
Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got next. All right, let's check out some of these. Let's see. Unc Ditto, shout out to Unc Ditto, says, honestly, that was a good interaction with Lupe. I think he is just always on the defensive from all the BS that's happened to him, like PTSD, so to speak. I 100%. I think 100%
I agree with
that's
that
what
too.
it is. 100%. You know what I mean? I can see that, even away from just stuff that's happened in his public life. Like his manager was in jail for 17 years. You know, Lupe was in the court documents. You know what I mean?
But because he experienced that, that's why I thought he would handle it a little bit different, and because of all the things he went through. But you know, he handled it how he felt like he needs to handle it, and you know that's on him, and it's all good. I'm just happy you had the moment. So and y'all, and regardless of what y'all say about it, y'all motherfuckers in there watching it, and I was watching it too. We had a great time, and now we talking about it again, having a good time together.
Right. Enjoying it.
Content.
Shout out to Frankie Black, says a big problem is how we use words to explain things. A lyrical miracle is someone who accentuates technical proficiency over content. People think lyricism is technical proficiency. It isn't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I like I said, I'm all about the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Do I feel it? You're a great lyricist to me if you can write something that I feel. Even if it's something I heard all over the time. The cat came out the hat. If you say it in a way that I'm like, damn, the cat really came out the hat? This nigga, you great. It don't matter what the lines say. This nigga Omar, right, is an actor. If you give me and Omar the same script, same written words, and if I go try to read it and Omar read it, they gonna snatch the paper from me. But Omar, they gonna grab some popcorn. They didn't pay for a movie ticket. They got some Skittles. Man, this shit is intriguing. What is this nigga talking about?
It really is about the simplest. It's about breaking it down to the simplest form of it, man, to make people relate for real. Like that, I like miracle, lyrical shit. That's cool, man. But when I was sleeping on Mesereau Owl out in the rain, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. Like, tell me about what make it real simple, man, so I can relate to the shit.
Where was he at? Where was he sleeping at? Tell him again.
On Mesereau Owl. I don't know where the fuck that nigga was at. He was over there somewhere.
But I was sleeping on the train, sleeping on Mesereau out in the rain, without a single slice of pizza to my name.
In my name.
Too proud to beg for change, master in the pain.
What? Dude, that's real. That's what I'm talking about. I don't need that miracle. The miracle shit, that's real. That's gymnastics, man.
And he be doing some mama like a sega make he be doing all that, but it don't hit like that. It don't hit right. It don't hit like that. That simple shit that cut through.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
That nigga
North Philly,
Tupac
South Philly, 23rd, Chaska, 6 Mile, 7 Mile, Hartwell, Gratiot. I love that.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Dog, Tupac said, bury me a G.
Right.
Yes.
I can say that and it don't hit the same. That nigga said, bury me a G. And that's what we did. We buried him a G.
Yeah, he's from the city where the skinny niggas die.
Right.
That nigga said, arms are sweaty, deep, mom spaghetti. I'm on the shirt already. Arms spaghetti. What are we talking, nigga? What? Spaghetti, sweaty, lyricist.
Right.
On the surface, he looked calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting
what he wrote down. Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
lyricist.
Just make it simple, man.
What about, hold on. Since we talking about, let's celebrate our brother. On real. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
He was too fly for his own good, so God gave him plight.
I mean, I had a dream that God gave me flight to fly for my own good, so God gave me plight.
Plight, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Flight. Hey, dog. That's probably some of the most simplest shit he's ever written. But to me, it's the most lyrical shit that
Because
he's
you can
ever done.
understand it, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
It's the hardest thing to do,
yeah, man.
to take the basics and make that shit into, to take the common shit that we use regularly every day. We hear these lines, flight and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
To make that shit, to make it so interesting and make that shit deep. That's
Yeah.
the hardest shit to do. I give people props doing that more so than taking a word I never heard before and then make it into some shit. I've never heard the word, so of course it's gonna sound lyrical.
Right.
But if you take car and star and bar and far
Yeah.
and R, and you can take that and make it to a way that, like, I'm like, damn, this nigga spitting. Did he say
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
lyrical.
That's yep.
Shout out to Tamia Peach. I hated that people kept saying it was the Lupe show. He was the guest, so he was given runway to speak without a bunch of over talking. They gave Boots Riley, Delicious Vinyl, etc. the same respect. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And I appreciate you noticing that, Tamia, because they're here to share what they have to say.
Right.
They're not here to listen to me talk and just sit around. I wouldn't even need a panel for that. I do that all the time with my own individual videos. You know what I mean? But I think that Culture United is interesting because we have episodes that are debate heavy, and then there are episodes or there's episodes that are more traditional interview conversations, discussions.
Yeah.
The platform itself goes a lot of different directions. And that's one of the things I think makes it unique, because it could be a debate show, it could be an interview show, it could be a new music show, you know, and that is what the culture is.
Right.
You know, there's people who wanted me to make, I don't want to go into this, but one thing that I don't think Culture United is best suited for is arguing about other people in the community. I don't think
I'm
that
going
is
to I'm
what
going to bathroom.
Yeah, I got you. I don't necessarily think that's the platform to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's an opportunity for us to come together in agreement and disagreement. But one thing definitely going to happen is, like, whether we have a guest that is a celebrity or someone who is promoting something or someone who is there for a feature conversation, or whether it's someone who's on the panel, everyone gets a chance to speak.
I mean, look, man, Boots did a TED talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Lupe didn't have nothing on Boots, bro.
No, he ain't got nothing on Boots. Nothing on, and Boots had bad audio.
Oh,
His
what he
shit was-
did, yeah.
his- It was click, 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 click the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so that is what I want people to be able to share their perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I appreciate you saying that to me. That's what's up. I gotta give you props too, man. Like, this, just the support and the positive reinforcement you've been giving me for
Man,
a
you know,
decade.
man.
You know what I mean?
Justin, man, I'm telling you, and I'm so proud of you where you are now, man. I'm just like, man, this company, man, now, dog. Everybody be like, you know company, man. I was like, even when you came to my wife's birthday, they was like, how do you know company, man? I was like, that's the homie, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. But no, I'm proud of you. I'm third verse, you know, I hit you and stand up every time, every Tuesday, Thursday after it's done. I be hitting y'all up during the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Omar, so when we were developing the third verse, I've told this a lot. We developed this show for 7 months, 8 months before we even put anything out. And Omar was gracious enough to come sit with us when we were still getting our reps. So there's like 3 hours of conversation with the three of us that we haven't released yet. Truthfully, because from quality standpoint, from where we are now,
right,
that isn't the best representation. There's clips I think that we can use for social that are really good, but like, and I always felt bad because I didn't want you to feel like you wasted your time coming through.
Oh no, I didn't, man. Shit, I had a good time, man. We're gonna bring it back when I come back. So you know, since y'all, because I knew it was in the beginning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I was sort of uncomfortable on the couch. I was all lame. I was like, I feel like the couch was swallowing me.
Right.
You know? I was like, all right, but no, we're gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
I definitely want to. When are you doing the thing at the Grammy Museum?
Say it one time. I just did it with Delicious Vinyl.
That's what Delicious Vinyl.
Yeah, that was last week. That was last week.
Yeah.
So the video should be coming out soon. But yeah, like that was also Stat's second interview ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like there was a lot of things that were building, but you know, you've been holding us down since the beginning, man. I appreciate you.
That's no problem, bro. No problem. Y'all, it's quality shit, man. And you know, we speak the same language, brother. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So yeah. You giving Lupe a lot of goddamn rope though.
That's how I see it. You
I
know
know
what I
you
mean?
do.
Look,
That's how you see it. And you know what? And you're explaining it to me too. Because I remember when I hit you up the other day, I was like, damn, you giving the samurai a lot of goddamn leeway over here, but you
yeah,
explaining it. And the journalist in you is like, I want to just let them talk. That's the journalist. You know what
right.
I'm saying? You want to get the whole, you want to get tell a person to tell the whole story. It's not about you. It's about the person. So I
Right.
can dig it. I can dig it for sure, man. Yeah.
We got the
Yeah.
next one from DM7561. You got framing. That's not objective journalism. That's platforming, narrative control, excuses, and goalpost moving. Many of us have degrees and aren't the lowest common denominator y'all kept claiming. I don't know who y'all is talking about the lowest common
She's talking to
denominator.
you, Justin.
No. He
Okay.
says y'all though. I'm not y'all. I'm me. So
Yeah.
it's not even you. I'm not even sure what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know what example he is specifically talking about. Right. If you're telling me asking questions, listening to answers, and following up isn't journalism, I'm not sure. I'm not even framing those questions. I'm asking Lupe why there's so many headlines of him looking like he's a hater.
Right.
I'm not framing this. He's
Right.
giving responses, and I'm not pushing back, but I'm getting new information. He's not sitting here saying, because I'm not a hater.
Right.
And I'm like, well, because of this, it said this. Well, I'm not a hater. I think there's a lot of assumptions that I'm trying to control the narrative. If he had said something different, I would have gone a different direction. That's how it is. So, but I appreciate the comment. You know, if you want to provide more details, I'm down to respond to those too. But one of my big issues with people, not even just this particular super chat, but people in general, is when people say stuff like, man, this panel's weak. Oh, okay, well, thanks.
Right.
I don't know what you want me to do with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you have a specific example of framing, narrative control, excuses, goalpost moving, etc., I'm happy to respond to it. But I just feel disappointed in you for using so many words and characters to say something you feel strongly about and not giving me more to respond to. But I'll be here. Appreciate your DM. Beach Boy Dre Beats. Lupe obviously dismisses Dot verse on nostalgia, and Dot once said, I hope I hear a cry out from heavens loud. It can water down a demon with the Holy Ghost till it drown in the blood of Jesus. That's a hard bar. That's hard.
Definitely a hard bar.
That's a hard bar.
You think whacked out murals has something to do with Lupe?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
I
have no
asked
facts, but I
That's a
personally do.
That's a question I would have asked Lupe last night.
That's another thing that wish I had more time to get to.
What
Yeah,
like
'cause-
what part of Whacked Out Music like old ass flows?
The whole song.
No. I don't think the whole song. I don't think the whole song.
I'm saying the premise of the song.
I don't think the premise either. I think the premise of the song is him responding to all different things that people have said over the course of the year around the battle. He's talking about Andrew Schultz. He's talking about J. Cole. He's talking about Snoop. He's talking about Lil Wayne. Not everybody gets a name drop, but I think he's responding to conversations that has happened. Now, it's called Whacked Out Murals, which is a double entendre, potentially. I'm not trying to put this out there necessarily with confidence. I'm telling you, if you're asking my opinion, that's what I see. And I think particularly the part where he says, this is not for lyricists. I swear it's not the sentiment. Fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel this shit. Old soul, bitch, I probably built them pyramids, ducking strays when I rap battled in the Nickersons. To me, that is the crux of the conversation Lupe was having with AVerb on that Twitter live before the battle got started. Like, to me, that is what that is. Mickey and L think it's a reach. Mickey and L think that the pyramid part is a reach. I think it makes sense because Lupe had an album or mixtape called Pharaoh Height 315, I think it was, that leans into pyramid imagery. I think that's the case. Now, people be telling me.
Justin, what did I say? When I told you that he wasn't a lyricist, I said I seen him battle rapping. What did I tell you that?
Yeah.
That's what he was. The nigga was a battle rapper. When
Right.
Dre first, I said Angelo brought him around and brought his music around. Dre was he's like, yo, this jazzy hip hop. This nigga just over here battle rap. He switched his style up again, some, and now we have what he got. But that's what he was. This nigga was the punchline champ. That's all he did. He studied that shit. So anyway.
Yeah, I personally do. And I think it makes sense. I mean, now, I guess the question is whether or not it's a diss. I don't know if I necessarily consider that a diss. I think maybe calling it whacked out murals might lead in that direction. But if you look at those bars that I personally think connect to things that happened during that battle, I don't know if it's a diss or if it's an acknowledgement that I heard you.
Yeah.
So I stopped short of thinking it's a diss necessarily, but L and Mickey think it's a reach. I look at that, I'm like, I don't understand on a song that's all about his reaction to what people have been saying during the biggest rap battle in hip hop history, and then actually almost adds up as a direct quote from a conversation Lupe and AVerb had 5 months prior. That's a big coincidence, but I'm not going to put it on it.
Has Mickey met Doc? Has Mickey talked to Doc?
I'm not sure. I imagine
What
so.
about L?
Not that I know of. I don't.
I would think Mickey is, because Mickey is part of that whole blog. You know, that whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's, I would think. So that they crossed paths before.
The reason I brought that up is because when you talk to him, he thinks about everything. So he doesn't he says very few things. Like you say, like I said, when we was talking about him winning the award, like, Doc, you won the BET award again. He like, oh yeah? Man, okay, all right. But he got a whole bunch of shit going on in here. And the reason why I say that is because if you know that of a person, just not outwardly gonna be speaking. Like when you say something to me, I sometimes don't even think about it. I just come out of my mouth. Boom, like damn. And Justin's over there cringing, like, did this nigga just say this shit on the line?
I'll be like this.
He do that face right there. He's like, this nigga we trying to have a show. This nigga about to get us fucking. They got to shut the YouTube down. Shut your ass up. And then you know what I'm saying? But that ain't like that. So people like that, they'll think about something, really take it in, and then you'll hear it later on, 6 years from now, from a conversation that you had with the nigga, and it'll be a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I remember certain conversations that I had with him. I remember hearing them being songs. You know what I'm saying? We had a conversation on a text one time. I vividly, a couple of them. This one we were talking about how the more famous you get, the more they assassinate you. You know what I'm saying? Then Mortal Man, what's that? Mortal Man came out. That's pretty much what he's talking about. The Mandela, the shit where he's talking about that song. I forgot the name of that song. What you talking about? Is that Mortal Man when he's talking about like how
he was in South Africa?
No, he was just talking about how we destroy people that we love.
Oh yeah,
we'll bring them down. Like Mortal Man, like that was a I remember, and then I remember a conversation about taxes, and he was talking. Then he did and he had some shit about that in the song. I remember having a conversation about this time I came to the studio. I'm not saying I was inspired them. I just remember these became songs. I remember talking about, I had a situation with my son. He's in college now. And I really just turned up on him, you know what I'm saying? And had to, show him I'm his father. I remember coming to the studio talking about that. Then he did a whole song about that. I remember telling him like, yo, you got to get a therapist. Like, I'm not qualified to talk to you. And that is, he turns conversations that he had with people into music. So over time, when we're hearing his rhymes, these are things that he's hearing because he's not just outwardly speaking without talking. Dre the same way. You're not just gonna go over. Dr. Dre's not about to just say something stupid. This nigga has thought it out. He's not about to look stupid. He's planned out how he's supposed to look. This nigga's practiced his expressions in the mirror. I've watched him. He practiced it just so he knows that he doesn't look stupid. Niggas think about that type of shit. Now me and nigga like me, nigga like Game don't think about nothing. That nigga just be saying, you be like, hey man, don't say that. Why not, Stat? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't be thinking. So along the lines of what you're saying, I believe he definitely let that nigga know. The nigga that I know, he definitely was like, you know what I mean? Hey,
yeah,
I see you.
I think so. You know what I mean? And that's some MC shit to me.
Yep, for sure.
So appreciate that, Beach Boy Dre Beats. DJ Nazla, he wishes that First and 15th relationship with Atlantic was like TDE's with Interscope. I never knew he wanted to go from Atlantic to Def Jam as opposed to being Indie to give us Tetsuo and Youth, Drove Us Light and Wave, Drill Music and Zion. So what happened was, this is before all of that actually. So Hove was a major advocate of Lupe. He wanted to sign him to Rockefeller. Dame Dash was actually talking about that recently in a conversation on Art of Dialogue, talking about how they wanted to bring them over to Rockefeller. They decided to start their own label. But at that point in time, Jay was telling them he planned to go take over Atlantic. Jay's intent was to go take over Atlantic Records. So they knew that. Also, Chill got arrested and they needed bail money. So since Hove was on his way over there, they decided to go ahead and sign to Atlantic so they can get the advance so they can bail Chill out.
Wow.
What happened was Hove at the last minute decided to go over to Def Jam because Def Jam was offering his masters. So he went to Def Jam, and now Lupe is quote unquote stuck in the Atlantic, as his EP once said. Now it's an unfortunate series of events, but that is how he ended up over there in the first place, out of necessity and with the expectation that Jay-Z was going to take over the company. But that didn't happen, and so that leads you down a whole different timeline.
Yeah.
My first time hearing of Lupe Fiasco, Arista Records, they flew me up to perform in front of L.A. Reid. And I performed, my mom was there, Jermaine Dupri, I forgot the dude from By Storm, I forgot his name, was with Biggie, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, because he's the nigga that flew me up. But anyway, and I remember L.A. Reid telling in front of my mama, like, I just don't know what to do with this rap shit. You know, he's like, I got this kid over here, Lupe Fiasco. I just called Puffy the other day and say he just put a shiny suit on him. In my meeting, nigga, with Arista. This is a fact. All the niggas, Jermaine Dupri was there. The dude from By Storm, I forgot his name. He ran with Puff. He actually was on RCA. Well, he was one of the executives of RCA. Black dude. He put out Usher and what's the dude? The singer. I forgot his name. But anyway, yeah. That nigga L.A. Reid said, I don't know what to do with this hip hop shit, man. I told Puff, I want to just give Lupe to Puff and tell him to put on the shiny suit. So I brought this up because Lupe has had contentious relationships with all the labels that he's been to. It started at Arista. Mm-hmm. So when he talks about the things that he's been through with labels, right? If you had a bad relationship the first time with the same type of motherfucker, you think it's gonna be better the second time?
It's a fair point.
It comes with it.
Yeah. It comes with it. You're right about that. Shout out to Jermaine Johnson, says Lupe's public words about Dot are unfortunately a distraction from his career in artistry. Now we won't be able to simply enjoy his music. Instead, his next album will be compared to GNX, shaking my head. I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, that's what I was talking about last night when I say, like, yo, as a longtime Lupe fan, we be out here looking like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you talking to these people? Why are these so many headlines with you looking like a hater? Like, what? Who's this working for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, he gave us an example of all the things that he's been through. And he said that he likes to meet his enemies on their level. Keep your friends close, enemies closer. He follows his stalker, so he knows where they're at, so he doesn't have to be there. Like, he said all these things yesterday. And I agree. All this stuff is a huge distraction. That's why I was so upset on Tuesday on Third Verse. I'm like, I'm over here talking about two of my favorite artists being pit against each other again because of a Lupe Fiasco conversation and a decision to pop in on antagonistic lives that people are going to listen to, giving them the wrong sound bites that they're going to spin.
It really sucks, man. It does, right? It's like, damn, man. Like, fuck, can't celebrate. I just want to celebrate y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I know, Justin. I know it really sucks for you. God damn.
But Lupe's consistent on this. He says, my hardcore fans don't care. And what he's talking about more is his fans in real life. Because you have to think, Lupe fans have been fans since 2006. So it's been 20 years. So whatever age they were, they're 20 years older.
Yeah.
Are they online every day? Are they participating in Stan War conversations? Are they, checking what's happening in hip hop news? I don't think anybody's really checking hip hop news anymore. They check viral stories about artists they follow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
But they're probably checking this one out because it's pretty. It's snowballing a bit. I mean,
It
that's
is,
why I
and
said he needs to chill out and stop, but he probably won't.
The reactions I'm getting from people who are actual Lupe fans, because
Yeah.
people look at my, like, when the Drake cycles are going, people look at me as a Kendrick channel.
Yeah,
Right. I've been doing this 20 years.
I know.
So
Sure, yeah.
if anything, like the Lupe fans have been riding with me longer than anything.
Right.
Like, I've got 20 years worth of Lupe fans, so I know a substantial part of my audience that might not be active in every comment section, that might not be active in every viral video that goes up, are Lupe fans and want to see what I have to say about things Lupe related. Every time I go to a Lupe show, I feel like I'm a part of the band. I knew he was going to be here. Let's take a picture.
Yeah.
Like, people have been reading my work on Lupe for 20 years. So I know that regardless if they're silent in a comment section or if they're silent in terms of what other things I cover, because I'm a journalist, I'm not a leader of a fan page. And that's no disrespect. It's just not what I am. I know that there's a lot of Lupe fans in there just off face value. So anytime I say anything about Lupe, they come and check it out. And I think the responses I'm getting from them on this conversation is like, yo, this actually helps me out a lot. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. And I want everyone in the chat to hear what he just said. 20 years you've been writing on about this man. Y'all hear this? And he been crusading for this dude, and he got his fucking opportunity to sit and talk to him in the public. You think he just gonna get up there? His first opportunity to talk to the dude he been writing for 20 years. You think he gonna have Stat up there? He think he gonna have me up there so me and Lupe can argue for 2 hours? Absolutely
that would be fun,
not.
right?
Because that's exactly what we'll do. Well, me and that nigga's fire and ice. He say some shit. I'm like, nigga, you dumb in the motherfucker, nigga. What you talking about?
You said you had to curate Justin. You had to curate Culture United last night.
I do it every week, and this one, they're always intentional.
Yes.
I do it every week, and they're always intentional, including yesterday.
You know what, L and BK? I don't think Stat should be on this. I think we're gonna stall this one out. Maybe that person made it, and it went so fast when my name came up. No.
Yeah, we were actually all in agreement on the wallpaper. Yeah, I was like, I don't think Stat should be on this one. I'm like, me neither. I agree with you. I don't think this is the one. Next one, fine. Not this one. I want to get at understanding, and I don't want to get stuck on points that haven't yet been made, and that tends to be what happens when people are in the throes of debate.
That was gonna be honest.
Yeah. That Reebok shit, whatever. That's your fault, nigga. That's your fault.
Exactly.
You the artist, man. You know artists are weird and shit, man.
Man, stop all this weird shit. Man, stop all this weird shit, nigga. You a gangster, right? Nigga, fuck out of here. You talking about you hardcore, right? Nigga, you a samurai, right? Nigga, you hear that shit. Nigga, talking about, man, fuck these niggas, man. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Huh?
Right. That's what it is, man.
Gentlemen, I gotta catch y'all fellas, man. I'm gonna fuck with y'all next week, man.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man.
Definitely, man. Yo, thank you for coming through.
All right, no problem, man. All right, y'all.
All right, peace. Let me use one of these applauses. There we go.
Applause for I got old, man. I can't hear the applause.
The chat can hear it, which is good.
Yeah.
The chat can hear it, which is good.
I don't know what's going on with
I'm not sure either. We got V Sources right here. Shout out to V Sources. I don't think y'all get it. Lupe's bitterness is overshadowing his mastery. It's not the stands of other rappers. The resentment is loud as hell. Stop blaming fans and everyone but him. I'm not blaming fans at all. All I'm doing is saying as I understand where he's coming from. I do. And I agree. That's why I asked, how hard it is to be a Lupe fan with all these headlines. So, whether people want me to be more poignant or represent their energy in a different way, I understand. But I actually agree with this. I agree. All I can do is understand why someone does something. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not his manager. I'm not Chili. I'm not his parents. But I 100% agree. So, no, I do get it.
He's very frustrated at the fact that people don't understand what the message he's trying to convey, and they see it as hate. Because he in where he stands, he's not hating at all. He's just expressing himself. But what he does not understand is when you say certain people that we all deem to be less than someone, and then you say this person is better. All we can say to you is that you're hating. That's all we know what to say. Because when you say Logic is better than Kendrick, there's no getting around that. I'm sorry, Justin. Ain't no getting around.
You don't got. Hey, you don't got. Hey, look. I know that. I think people, want me to have a different disposition again. But like, I agree. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it. I see where Lupe's coming from. I still don't see it to a certain degree. But, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to A Prominent. Lupe gave non-consequential answers. It was like J. Cole's interview with Nadeska, evading answers to questions, taking control, and talking about whatever he wanted. Plenty of word salads. Give me a specific example, and I'll come back to this because I don't see that. I know, and there's a lot of people who are saying that, and I think I need a better understanding of what a non-consequential answer is. My man sat there and said, essentially, based on how he feels now with information he has now, he takes back the stuff, he doesn't feel the same way he felt before in terms of how he was even talking about Dot. Is there anything more consequential than double downing on Logic in 2026 with an explanation and saying that he's in a different space now? You tell me if that's non-consequential. If you want to sit here and say this man is bitter because of Kendrick, and he gives you 8 examples of other things that he is more upset, that has framed his point of view more than another rapper, he's giving you a career worth of examples of things that he's weathered that has obviously put him in this headspace. I need you to explain why that's non-consequential. I just do. If you're telling me that answer is not enough for you, or you having a specific example of what would have been a consequential answer, I need that too. But this is where a lot of comments live, and I'm not saying this out of criticism of this point of view. I'm saying you're giving me a statement as if that statement is fact or that statement is explained. It's hard for me to react to something that I just don't see if you're not giving me a direct understanding of what you mean. So if you can, let me know about non-consequential answers. Let me know where you mean by taking control. Because in my mind, there are 2 times where he says, I'm talking to L right now. And then he comes right back and answers what I said. There's 2 examples he says, let me talk to BK first. And then he comes around and answers what I said. Let me know. I'm not in the business of interrogating. I'm not an interrogator. I'm not arresting people. I'm not the feds. I'm not the cops. So let me know what the word salad was. And I'll happily respond to this, but that's like me saying, A Prominent's not even a real person. He just has a profile picture of a duck, and that's why we shouldn't take him seriously. Well, do we know if he's a real? It makes no sense. Or I won't say it makes no sense. It's not specific enough. So I heard a lot of consequential answers yesterday. You let me know what was non-consequential, and I'm happy to respond to it. Examine it. Justin Staten Screw motivated me to start my channel. I got 6 subscribers already, and I thank them and shout them out on every video. Much love. Yo, post your link in the chat.
Post your link in the chat, bro.
I'll follow. Yeah, post your link in the chat.
We're gonna subscribe live on here, man.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like.
My boy at, man, huh? What's your shit up there, dog?
Let's go.
Come on, man. Where he at? Is he in there or is he gone? He should have stayed. See what you're saying? Don't pay a super chat, then dip. Give us time now.
Right. Maybe you watch the playback, you get to see it. But yeah. Oh, only mods can post link. Okay, so Lils, if you can, if there's a way to find it, or if you just type it in the comments and let us know how to find it and search for it. But yeah, congratulations, Examiner. That's amazing.
Absolutely, that's dope. And shout out to every content creator in here with us, man. Like, man, y'all a part of what we got going on. Y'all rocking with us, we rocking with y'all. So like, add, subscribe, hype the videos, man. We appreciate the love. Everybody that come listens to what we have to say.
Right.
And everybody that was in Culture United last night, and everybody that was on the Third Verse Morning Show on Tuesday. So shout out to y'all.
Shout out to DM7561 again. Big up to Stat for having the emotional intelligence to pivot from his first Culture United. Lupe lacks emotional intelligence and uses his bad experiences as an excuse and appeal to authority, logical fallacies. This is funny too. Stat, how about this? Let me ask you this.
But this is the thing. Don't just put him in that box because that was his first time. Maybe once he sees himself, he'll be able to change. Because I actually saw myself and I changed. So let's give Lupe a little grace to say he can come back. But go ahead and say what you was gonna say.
Have you ever been at a point in your career where you felt like certain bloggers or writers or journalists just didn't have the reps for you to feel comfortable sitting down and have a conversation with them?
Yeah, I only did an interview with you. You know, Adam 22. When I went to do that, he said, I've been trying to interview you for like 9 years, 8-9 years. You know, I never sat down and talked to people because I only wanted to sit and talk. Not to say he wasn't where he needed to be for me to sit and talk to him at the time. He's at a different place, so we can have a better conversation.
Right.
And just like with you, you know, I think you have reached out sometimes. It wasn't just like you just reached out that one time and I went and did it. We talked about that shit before it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
we played basketball every Saturday.
Yes.
Hung out at Mark's house.
Yes.
We developed a relationship.
It was years.
It was years, yeah.
It was years I knew you. So I just don't just be sitting down. I know all these guys.
Right.
I know Vlad. I know all these people. I could be sitting talking to any of these niggas. I just don't. I'm very particular on who I share certain energies with because I understand how powerful what you say is, and it becomes your resume, if you will. And so if you go to the wrong place and say the wrong thing, then these things live with you, and you're trying to catch up to them for the rest of your career. And realistically, Justin, people don't watch the whole interview anymore anyway. Niggas just get clips. That's why it bothered me with some of the little things he said, because I know someone's gonna do that to him again. And it's gonna basically push him more into a shell that he doesn't need to be in. You know, that's so.
Right.
Yeah.
I told a story last night about my dinner or lunch I had with 2 Chainz, where I asked him like, yo, do you feel like there's a lot of bloggers and writers out here who just don't have the reps to talk to you? He was like, yeah. He went on for a minute. That's and I understand how a lot of this stuff looks with Lupe, right? And I've been consistent with people's reactions to this Lupe pressure run. I even talked about this on Tuesday. I see where everybody's coming from. I'm not saying everybody else is crazy for their point of view. I'm not. I can actually legitimately see it. But when I see Lupe ask Koala if he sold records, how many records he sold, I can understand if somebody's telling me my career is a problem, I have no mid-range, and I've sold 20 million records. I can see that. I don't think that's crazy.
And you can see how Koala would be offended. For instance,
100%, 100%.
My situation with Curtis King, and I wasn't even coming like that, but the way that I carried myself. So when I said you ain't been where I been, he automatically went to a place where, nigga, you trying to devalue my career and where I'm at, and he went there. He went there because of how I was carrying myself, even though I didn't intend that, and I tried to apologize on the stream. It didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
It was over with. And everybody that fucked with Curtis, right, automatically assumed and took that side of it. So you spend the rest of your time trying to come back and be like, no, of course I wouldn't. I was an underground MC. I understand his plight and what he went through. I appreciate what he built. I would never want to disrespect what he got going on. But when you step out and you say certain things and you offend somebody, you don't get to control how they react to what you say. That's why you have to be careful when you having these conversations with somebody, especially when it comes contentious, that you say the right things and that you're not judged for the rest of your life trying to catch up to it. Because like dog, there's people that will go on Culture United and watch the whole show, and they won't come over here because you talking to me just based off of that one little moment.
Right.
But the people that are over here, they be like, yo, I ain't like Stat at first, but that was my fault. They didn't like me because of how I conducted myself and carried myself. It was people asking you, why are you sitting down talking to this nigga? But you know me, so you understood. And now people are getting to know me. Like, oh, nah, that nigga just be cracking jokes and making fun. He ain't even that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Curtis didn't know me. So that was on me. That was on me to make. That's why I told you. I said, man, I tell that brother I'm sorry. He didn't want to piece it up, and he has that right. I don't get a second chance with him. Fuck it. You can move on with your life. But I'm saying I understood. I saw the fault in me. So when you sitting down talking to someone that don't have those chops, right? Not saying he didn't have those chops. I'm just saying in general. You got to be very careful because something that you can say could live with you for the remainder of your career, whatever you're trying to do.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Appreciate you, DM. Blue Slides, Justin, I gotta call you out for your comment from last week saying people wouldn't want a Jeezy doc over Jay-Z. Jeezy has a cult following movement and was a street cat affiliated with BMF. Fair point.
I would want to. I would not to say that the Jeezy doc would be more interesting than the Jay-Z doc, because I wouldn't want an 8-part Jeezy doc. I don't want an 8-part doc on nobody. You, me, anybody in the world. But a Jeezy doc would be dope. You know what I'm saying?
I think both of them would be dope. Now,
Yeah.
one of these docs has Beyonce in it. I think that's a relevant piece of information to consider. I definitely didn't mean to say nobody was interested in a Jeezy doc. But one of these docs got a whole lot of Kanye West in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that BMF ain't, you know what I'm saying, something people are really interested in, you know what I mean? But one of these docs got a whole lot of Obama in it.
Well, Jeezy did write "My President Is Black." Jay-Z
Right.
got on the remix.
Yeah. So
Great
I don't
song,
know.
by the way.
But yeah, I think that would be dope on both sides of that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on a second, let me see. Let's get another super chat up here so you have something to react to real quick.
Well, let me pull it up. Yeah, pull it up on the thing.
Hold on real fast. Let me do this one real quick before I go, because I do got to go to the bathroom. The only reason Lupe was there was because Stat called him out. Be very clear. He could have been on the show. Thank you, Stat, for keeping it G. And I do appreciate you for saying that, Stat. Like, for real. Because I never went outside and said things like that. I do want to clarify this. This actually isn't the case. So
No, it's not, because he said he was going to do it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, we reached out to him before, like the morning before we shot that episode. But I understand how that looks. I just want to clarify that real quick.
Yeah.
But that, you know, honestly, that meant a whole lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a great example of riding for me and really, you know, talking about how hard I've been working for something that hasn't happened yet, you know, and no one's ever done that. And there's been a lot of people who, like, you know, around this space who know these things, know our relationship, know both of us and things like that. And so I just want to let you know I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, go use the bathroom. I'll talk to the people while you.
Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah. But this is the thing, y'all, with dealing with Justin's situation with Lupe, right? If that had have been me, and it's somebody that I'm like, that we got a real strong relationship, and I'm watching this person go do show after show and interact with all these different people, and basically having Justin be the buffer between Lupe and other content creators to talk to Lupe. And then I have my content here and my shit is successful, but this guy that I've pretty much based my whole journalistic career around is not showing me that appreciation. I would have not had the patience that Justin had. Me and Lupe definitely wouldn't be cool because I can't sit around. I couldn't sit around and not say nothing if I was Justin. And that's why it was just amazing to me that like this dude ain't sat with Justin. I couldn't believe it. Like I could not believe that this whole time. Okay, cool. There we go. Y'all know how my internet be. Don't get mad. You know how my shit be fucking up. Don't run. I'm right here. But yeah, this dude Justin been caping as that. Caping is like, let me explain that to y'all. That's kind of like Superman and superhero for a nigga. That's what we call caping. But he been caping for Lupe for a very long time, and I just felt like it was disrespectful. It was disrespectful that Justin never had the opportunity to sit down with somebody that he had so much respect for. And Lupe got so much respect for Justin. And you see people even in the comments, like I try to, when I do look at comments, because I really don't look at them, I try to always say something nice to people that have something nice to say about me and not just focus on the negative things. So the people that love y'all, that say good shit, I know that and everybody that's watching, man, show them respect too. Don't just go to the negative and try to and forget about the people that show love. We had a little turning thing. I think that was my internet. I don't know if it was, but we back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tamia Peach, the stream was masterfully moderated. Lupe opened up and it was special, but we know Stat is willing to say what others won't. Balance. Very true. Very true. Thank you for that too.
And you're absolutely correct. And honestly, I shouldn't have been on there because it probably wouldn't have been as a productive conversation. He probably wouldn't have said some of the nuggets that Justin needed to get out of there, and I would have messed up. I would have messed up his moment that he was having with someone that he, he's been writing about for all this time. It would have took away from the moment that needed to happen. Now, if in the future, he wanted to have a conversation with me about some things, that would be definitely entertaining. Then Justin has already had his convo with him and got that out the way, and we can get that off. You know what I'm saying? Really and truly, I think he's amazing. I think he's an incredible MC, but I stand by what I said. He's just not great beats. And he can say what he say about me. Well, nigga, you never put no shit out. Niggas, fuck you talking about. You don't have nothing going on. Fuck you mean. Which I do have a lot going on.
A lot going on.
That he knows. He doesn't know. But as far as an MC is concerned, I'm just a mixtape darling. Pretty much is what it is. You know what I mean? To him. So, which is all good.
Great 89891 RS. Last night was disappointing on so many levels. Culture United became the Lupe Fiasco show. Can't convince me otherwise. That's kind of the point. I mean, if you look at the flyer, it was just him really big that says special guest Lupe Fiasco. You know what I'm saying? So that is part of the structure. And so I understand why it seems like that. Why it seems that way.
And if Lupe Fiasco, if he had Kamala Harris on Culture United, it would be the Kamala Harris show too.
Right.
So when people are that accomplished, when Boots was on there, it was the Boots Riley
show.
So when you have certain people on your show, a man that sold 22 million records doing traditional hip hop lyrics, as complicated as he is, that sold that many albums and convinced white people to listen to what the fuck he had to say, and as in depth as he is as an MC, it was the Lupe show last night.
It was the Lupe show. That's exactly what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. Great 891 RS, and appreciate you checking it out. K-Wait for real. K-Wait, I told you last night, I'm not sure if you were on the stream. I said if you were on the stream, DM me. I have an idea about something I want to do, and I want to see if you were down. But goddamn, Omar, you look healthy as fuck, bro. Inspiring, keep going, fan. Top of the morning, Stat and Justin. Y'all ashy this morning, but I love y'all.
I'm gonna ask you. Where we at?
He said this
Just so y'all know,
fast.
I'm meal prepping. I'm back in the gym, starving myself again. So we trying. I seen Omar today. He did that on purpose with the arms
Right,
out. That
right,
nigga did
right,
that.
right.
That nigga did that on purpose. Came with the arms out and shit. We didn't even get to talk about that. I know what he was doing, trying to stun on niggas.
I feel like he just eats
Fuck
grilled
that.
chicken all day. I think that's
That's
part of
it.
what it is. Because I was at his his wife's birthday party, and I was talking about that. You were talking about his workout regimen, and I think that's pretty much all he eats because he is lean.
The nigga had a chicken breast cake. It's a whole cake just made out of chicken breast. The nigga had. That's why I ain't go. I said, Justin, what they having? He said chicken breast. I said, what about the cake? Justin was like, chicken breast too. I'm like, man, I ain't fucking with that, dog. Nigga ain't got no icing on the cake, nigga. Just chicken breast. We ain't fucking with that.
Oh God. Beach Boy Dre Beats. Lupe said he don't want to express how he feel on records to people, but ironically does it on the internet and crushes it out on multiple occasions. At least he's getting it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree. Look, I understand where people are coming from again, you know, and people express themselves, but, you know, and the fanager in me wishes it was different. I can't front, but I'm happy that, you know what I'm saying, at least we got additional data points as to what's framing his point of view.
He hurt, man.
100%.
He's hurt.
He's hurt.
And for him to be that vulnerable in front of all y'all last night is a big deal because
right.
I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have put my pain out there for y'all niggas. Not for y'all to hold that against me for the rest of my life.
And truthfully, this is why he doesn't do it more often. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to take what he said this yesterday. He says, I do the right thing if this is what happens. I do the wrong thing. This is what happens. So what difference does it make? You know, now we can all disagree or think that there's other things out there, but he said that. And he is hurt. And he says, I don't, like when he was on Quality, he says, what am I going to do, be personal around all y'all? You know, he did that yesterday and people are saying all kinds of things. So, you know, whatever our opinions are, I can't say that he isn't right in terms of the reactions that he's getting. And all of this is, arguable self-sabotage or arguably earned responses. But I don't think he is wrong. And I definitely think that what we saw last night was an expression of his feelings. And that didn't go over well. So.
Yeah, Justin, I don't think he's wrong. I just think he's expressing himself in the wrong settings.
Me too.
That's what I think.
Oh yeah, I wish there was a, he came on last night, so.
He should talk about when he says hundreds of rappers are better than Kendrick Lamar. That's something he should say to Mickey on a private call.
Right.
When he says some of the things about all the shit he said throughout history, private call. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I did last night on purpose, because Lupe's also been really consistent over the past couple of weeks talking about he only talks about dot when someone else brings it up first. Right. So I was playing a mini game with myself to see how close could I get him to talk about dot without actually saying dot. So so at one point
that's why what's lyricism? I'm like, nigga, get out of here with that bullshit.
I didn't do that for that. I wanted to set the stage and get that out the way. So when he gets to the part talking about lyricism, on record, there is an on record example of exactly what he was talking about. Okay. But what I did do was, are there 100 battle rappers better than you, Mickey Fax? Are there 100 battle rappers better than you, Lupe?
That nigga said 18.
He said 18?
That nigga said 18. I said, this nigga here, he hell on wheels. Though.
Right. But that also puts that 100 battle rappers better than Dot thing in a different context, right? He's like, well, there's only 18 better than me. So he's still sticking to that. I mean, it could be troll, it could be whatever. But if you go back, I think I might have that. I might pull that up here in a second. But if you look at that part, when I say, is there 100 battle rappers better than you, Mickey? You could see Lupe laugh. Like, he's like, he knows what it is. And, for the show, BK ended up being the first one to say Dot's name. So we go a long time without even mentioning Kendrick, but adding layers and perspective all around all the things. So by the time we get there, the whole situation is primed, and it's easier for him to be open. And that is not even something I do with Kendrick. That's something I do a lot in terms of certain interviews, where the PR person gives us a list of things that the artist doesn't want to talk about. I did an interview with Big Sean, and this is right after Control. And Big Sean, all the PR people were saying, he don't want to talk about Control, right? One thing I'll do is I'll take that list of things that a PR person doesn't want to talk about, and I'll think of the series of questions. I'll do my best to strategize the series of questions that it takes to get that person to bring that thing up first. And once they do, now it's a follow-up. Now it's free game.
I watch. You know when you did this? Do you know when I watched you do this live and in person? I'm gonna tell the chat about this. We have a whole 3-hour conversation with Carrie Hilson that we can't put out because Justin did this. Punk motherfucker. This is exactly what he did. This nigga said he went around it and made it to where she had to talk about some shit that we were told that she can't talk about and not supposed to talk about. Justin, so what happened when you did this? Me and DJ looked at each other like, and it forced her to have to talk about what they told us not to talk about, and it was over with. The interview finished. It's never coming out, y'all, because Mr. Smarty Pants over here did that bullshit.
Yo, but she went into it. I didn't even say the words. She
almost started crying. It was
right.
emotional.
I didn't even say the words. I didn't even make it obvious. But it resonated with her, and then she started talking about it. Like that
her people said she didn't want to talk about it, you fool. DJ just looked at each other like, DJ was surprised because
DJ was shocked.
He was shocked because it made her say some shit to DJ that he wasn't prepared to answer because he didn't think we were going to talk about it. Justin, oh no, super journalist, man, coming that motherfucker. So tell me, what do you feel about living on Earth? They said, hey, don't talk about her experience being in outer space. Don't say nothing about that. Because she goes crazy about outer space. Justin be like, so how does it feel living on Earth in comparison to some of the other experiences you've had? Of course she gonna talk about the bullshit she went through outer space because Justin's comparing it to the thing. This the type of shit he do. This nigga here is a cold piece, man. He a cold piece, man. Needless to say, guys, you guys will never see the Carrie Hilson interview. And if you're wondering why, he's the reason.
We should make it available for members only.
Are you crazy? Then it'll be. I'm not doing that because I don't want to hear that because I told her we weren't gonna put it out.
Yeah, okay. Well, well, there it is.
Do you know? Did you know what she said?
What she said?
She said she felt like it was a setup.
I mean,
dog,
I didn't mean to set her up.
Hey, dog, listen. The first time I went to Dave & Buster's, y'all would have known this if we did the interview. Was with Carrie Hilson.
What's that, Carrie Hilson?
The first time she went to Dave & Buster's was with me. You know how long I've been knowing her? Set up? You, my dark-skinned brother, being a journalist, I'm not mad at you. You did with the natural instincts of what you had going on. But at that point, I realized we were just having a conversation and we was going to have some California chicken cafe afterwards because I knew that shit wasn't coming out.
It was actually a really dope conversation. I think it was necessary. Really at bare minimum, I think it was necessary for y'all to have that conversation. So I'm happy to provide that for y'all.
Exactly. It was really good for us, me, her, and DJ, because DJ used to manage her.
Right.
And like I said, I've been knowing her. I mean, I didn't have no record deal. She didn't have no deal. Like we've been in Atlanta. Like I'm talking about, we was kids. Like we've known each other forever. Like that's my partner, man. And no one would even think that we knew each other like this. But I've been rocking with her for a long time. Shout out to Carrie, man. Shout out to Justin for ruining the interview.
That's all happened.
That shit's hilarious.
Let's see. This one. Did we do this one? Oh yeah, we did this one. Okay, so shout out to OCTR. Lupe, bro, is Stack Bundles. Stack is gangster for real. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Well, I learned a lot about Lupe, and I want to apologize to Lupe and his constituents of hood niggas. I did not know that Lupe was one of those guys. Shout out to y'all though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. That was his dude. They used to battle rap together up in Harlem before they both broke. OCRT, Nas addressed that it was done purpose with beats. Is he, I think he's saying that he's intentionally picks bad beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
what
makes
Nas said.
sense. It makes sense.
I feel Nas fans are maturing together with Nas. Yeah. And I think that's what I think that's the holy grail for an artist, for their audience to continue to grow with them.
I want to give Nas another salute for maintaining his youth. You know, I just want to say, some of y'all artists, man, y'all make a nigga feel real old when I go see y'all. Because y'all younger than me and y'all motherfuckers really let yourself go. And it make me feel older than I already feel. But shout out to Nas for like really maintaining his youth and holding it down, taking care of himself, man.
Yeah, 100%. Blue Slides. Maybe Lupe is jealous because Dot has Chicago ties. I don't see that.
Nah.
I don't see that one. Great says, why was it okay for BK to say these niggas be broke about creators and get no pushback in response to Koala's video? And yes, it was said. Because it's the truth. You know, and I'm not saying that everybody who has a contentious conversation with someone is because they're broke. But what she was saying was, in this economy, people have to push the margins more, right?
Yeah.
For example, this is a downtime for music. There's just not a lot of artists outside of 7, maybe 13 across genres that have audiences big enough for you to do a story or a video about them that will catch the algorithm and people will check on it. It's just a downtime for music. And so what people tend to do in downtimes is they try to be more aggressive in their opportunity to catch the algorithm. So that can be maybe a more salacious headline. That can be maybe a more divisive story. One of the things that I've done with the Company Man channel to diversify that, and one of the things that was the way I set my brand up in the first place, was to not have the words rap or hip hop, to not have my brand be solely, like on presentation, solely obviously hip hop. If you think about the names I've chosen, the Company Man. Well, why did I choose the Company Man? Well, it's like Jay-Z. I'm a businessman. I'm the Company Man. I'm the Company Man. Right? I understand the downsides to it, but nothing about it obviously says hip hop. It's all happening. To me, that's something I think about when I'm manifesting. That is something that's esoteric and uplifting to me, but it's also literally a list. I have a list of things I want to accomplish, and check, check, check. It's all happening, right? There's nothing that's obviously says that that's hip hop. When it comes to my personal mission statement, it's life through the lens of hip hop. I am from the hip hop generation. So whatever's happening in life, my perspective will color my contextualization, right? There's hip hop in there, but it's life through the lens of hip hop. So what that has done from a structure standpoint with the Company Man channel is given me bandwidth to cover things that are outside of immediately what's happening in the music and with the rappers, and still be on brand. And still be on brand algorithmically. So it's a downtime in music. There's not a lot of artists that people are interested in on their own. So I can go cover a politics story. I can go cover a sports story. I can cover a viral story. And it still all works. I don't necessarily have to push the margins on the headlines as hard because I have a bigger pot that I can work with. And so what's happened is I have a lot of different silos of people who who enjoy my content for different reasons. I've got Lupe fans who really enjoy it. I've got Kanye fans who really enjoy it. I've got Kendrick fans who really enjoy it. I got Drake fans who hate it, but still engage. But away from that, I got a lot of people who say, Yo, I love your hip hop stories, but it's your culture stories that I'm here for. Yo, I love your culture stories, but I'm really here for the political stories. And so that is how I can buffer against a downtime in music where algorithmically speaking, there aren't that many artists that people care that much about. But if you're not set up that way, if your brand is obviously tied to one thing and that thing ain't winning, then you start pushing headlines. Lupe was talking about Quality because he said Quality only puts out negative headlines about him. That's why he popped into the chat. He said there's 5 videos and they're all negative, right? The Quality video in question that took place was a King Green video about whether or not lyricism sells that Quality reacted to and called it the Lupe Fiasco problem, right? Now, I'm not saying that Quality is disingenuous in its coverage. I think what Quality's position on that is something that has been debated over the past year and a half or 2 years, or bare minimum, at least since Punch was on Curtis King and was talking about the mid-range game. Because after that, there's been other creators who've done videos talking about who has a mid-range or who doesn't have a mid-range. Also, Lupe has now put himself in a conversation where he seems like a Drake supporter and he seems anti-Kendrick. So if someone is in the Kendrick community, or if I was making a video from a Kendrick community standpoint, I know that I can get additional views by talking about Lupe and putting him against Kendrick and get algorithmic support and maybe make more money and have a video go farther. I'm not saying those were his motivations, but I can see this from a distance, right? So I'm thinking about all that stuff. So when you say these niggas be broke about creators and get no pushback in response to Koala's video, well, one, that is her opinion. Two, I don't necessarily, I'm not saying that Quality is broke, but from a macro standpoint of what she's talking about, I actually agree with because of the macro environment that we're in, and whether or not you're talking about these artists or anybody else, everybody is pushing headlines a little bit more. And so that's why I didn't push back. I don't think she said that as a diss to Quality, if that's where this comment is coming from, but that's how I see it.
And y'all listen, last month, I'm gonna tell y'all, give y'all some more insight tell y'all more of our business over here at Third Verse. You think Justin wanted to do all that damn Drake content? You think that's what he wanted? Guess who was pushing him to do it? Because it's 3 of us, me and DJ. Drake, because it was pushing what was going on, and it was profitable. But if it was up to Justin, we would have talked. We wouldn't even probably review the fucking album. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
And we ain't broke, but we're doing what's best for the channel. But you know, it is what it is. You know, great question though.
The thing with the Drake cycle is that there's speculation that there's another Kendrick album coming. If that happens, amazing. We got Future on the horizon, but Future doesn't move algorithmic.
Culture.
Yeah, he doesn't. He moves culture musically, but when it comes to what people want to talk about online, he doesn't impact people the same way, right? And so maybe there's speculation about a Jay-Z album coming, but in terms of the forward calendar and big tempos that are coming in this space, it's not obvious what's coming next. So I said this yesterday. Anybody who didn't maximize this Drake news cycle and is in the music space, if you didn't get your 100,000 view video off of Drake, it's very difficult right now to predict where that's going to come next. And so, yes, we pushed on Third Verse. I pushed on my channel. I tried to be as balanced as I could on my channel. And now people are going to be like, oh, you're not balanced at all. But the things that, obviously I have my opinions and my slant when it comes to Drake, and that's been there for a long time, and I don't run away from that. I don't hide from that. But the coverage that I did on Drake were things that I actually really do appreciate. People think I'm being, like when I'm trolling when I say that the videos I made on Drake, I actually do really find interesting. Like the video on DJ Khaled, I'm having a political discussion about geopolitical politics between Palestinians and Israel through a conversation that's happening on a Drake album. That is fascinating to me. That wasn't just like, okay, let me troll and throw this stuff up. The last Drake video I did was Drake's been making the same song for 20 years. And that was based off a video someone put together about running Drake's catalog through AI and what it showed. The headline is more aggressive than the actual content because I actually think the content is fascinating on its own. I think I pointed out gaps where I think perhaps, we're not necessarily seeing what we're seeing, but more than anything else, I would love to see that with other artists, and I think it would look the same. I think most artists have about 4 or 5 things that they talk about all the time. Whether it's the same as Drake's is different, but I didn't go into that with Let Me Shit on Drake. The headline is more aggressive because guess what? These niggas be broke. And if you're trying to fucking I don't know about everybody else, but this isn't a hobby for me. So some things you do have to do just in general. So, that's where I look at it with this. And so this is where times are, and people are being more aggressive with that in mind. Not to mention that the algorithm has changed, by the way. If you guys are on YouTube, I'm not sure which Discord you're in or who group chats you're in, but the algorithm has shifted again. And so there's a lot of big channels right now the algorithm no longer favors.
Yep.
So this is part of the landscape that we're in. I wouldn't necessarily look at everything people say as being obviously one thing. But there's a lot of things that are always moving, not even just in YouTube, but in media in general. And so understanding these things will just make everybody more successful.
Hey, Justin, I have an idea. I think we should get through all the super chats right now, right? And then do chart report. And then, because if we don't, it's over. We're going to be fucked.
I mean, yeah, we gotta, let's get through these super chats and we'll get to, I like that idea. I'll start going faster too because we're time is
because I know you gotta get a haircut.
Yeah, I got to shoot another video. Then we have this other thing we're still trying to figure out if we're gonna do. So
please,
right.
I want to do that really very bad. So go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go. Appreciate that though. Great. Hope that answers your question. Tamia Peach, can y'all please reintroduce the guest? We don't know who he is and his resume connection to the show. No disrespect. Just want to be speaking. I hope we did that, but thank you. That was a good point. We'll do better in the future.
Omar Dorsey. Look him up. He's he's an actor. Django, Road Trip,
Queen Sugar,
Rookie, Queen Sugar,
Eastbound and Down.
Yes,
fantastic actor and producer.
Entourage. He's on Entourage.
Yeah, a lot of things. Blue Slides, GZ2 with the production. Yep, I agree with that. Appreciate that. Frankie Black. He has said he is a mirror of who is interviewing him. He chooses to be that mirror. He can be something else. He should be. Yeah. I see where you're coming from. Definitely see where you're coming from. Rico Fun Time, same as Cole. They speak and then they try to backtrack.
I mean, honestly though, a lot of us do that, so it's not just him.
Yeah.
I backtrack all the time.
Look, if there's new information, I'll change my mind. I will change my position. I'm not going to just stay in one place regardless of what's happening around me. It's not going to happen. And I think of that as a strength. I don't think of that as a weakness. Tamia Peach, he did say he has stalkers, so maybe he just keeps his head on a swivel. I get that feeling sometimes because of stuff I've been through, 100%. If you've been through some trauma, you react to it and you start to move in a different way. Zero Fox 40, Lupe will make a great politician. He's very intelligent, but he does a lot of double talk. I think he'd be a terrible politician. I think he's a great community leader. I don't think he plays the game well enough to be a politician. If he was a politician, he'd be nice to these creators.
Yeah, if he was a politician, y'all wouldn't be mad at him.
You wouldn't be mad at him if he was a politician.
Chill should have told his ass to lie, deny.
Right. OCRTR says, I love this show. Too funny, the best show and chat. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Examine it. Fire burning in my eyes. This is the music that saved my life. Happy 15th to Section 80 High Power. Oh, word up. That's what's up.
High power.
Yeah, that's crazy. Great. Says, stop saying all these people when it's just a select few. That's disingenuous like a MF. I'm not sure what he's speaking to, but you know what? We'll do our best to meet. I don't even know. I don't know what that's.
It's never. Just so you know, we never speak of all because it's never all. We just if we speak on generalities, but it's never no all of anything because everybody's different. Right.
Yeah, way to say that. Ka714, thanks for being receptive to my constructive feedback stats. Salute to y'all. How do you get $7.14? Can you just type in your own amounts now? That's a very specific amount.
Dope.
Yeah, I like that too.
You know, you missed the fucking humongous super chat from me last night.
Did I really?
Dog, I was about to give you $500 because I was gonna give you $500, but Lupe went away because I was gonna give you 500 because I was gonna say some ignorant shit. Stop looking out the window, oh bust ass nigga.
Oh man, damn. Well,
Because it's $4.99, right?
You're right.
So I'm over there, I'm chalking it up. Then this nigga, I look up, this nigga gone. I'm like, this nigga Justin fucking up the money, baby.
Oh man. Oh well.
I'm about to send you 500 just to say, nigga, stop looking out the window, bust ass nigga. That's what I was.
I mean, it would have been reinvested into the business anyway. So.
I'm more interested in seeing if you gonna say bust ass nigga, call him that on the thing. And I know you would have for
$500. I would have done it. $500 from you, I would have done it. Yep, that definitely would have happened.
On my mama, dog. I'm over there fucking with it. It's $4.99. I look up your ass because I had it on both screens. I'm trying to get I'm trying to give you the most views. I had you on all my shit. I had you on the big screen. I had you on both of my phones. Then I had you on my my iPad. Nigga, I'm trying to push you up. I look up, nigga, Lupe gone. I'm like, what the fuck, this nigga Justin, man? Because I didn't think he was gonna leave at 7. I thought he was gonna be there.
Yeah. Nah, man. Well. I mean, if you want to just go and leave the super chat in the comment section, I can pass the message over to Lupe. It's fine.
Nah, dog. It would see. It had to be when him saying you had to say it when he was there. It would have been awesome because I knew y'all niggas didn't want me to be up there. I paid my way into the party anyway.
Right. That's what's up. I appreciate it though. Mixed Swag Burger XL, missing my custody hearing to watch the Third Verse podcast. Much love. I hope this ain't the truth, man. I love you and everything. I appreciate the love and the support, but miss your custody hearing?
Don't do that. We want you to get custody.
We're on mobile devices.
Come on, baby. Don't do that now. We love the kids.
We can have you in your AirPods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't do that.
I would not, and I wouldn't recommend other people doing this as well. But we appreciate you, Mixed Swag Burger. Boy, it's hard out here. Says the artists need the content creators. It's why Drake hit up Kai and Act for the drop. You're doing them favors, not vice versa. The artists need the content content creators. What's the name said that too? Poetic Flocka was on.
But you know what? We all need each other. Because if there's no music being made, how do we react to it? So the artists and the content creators need the music just as much as it's we need each other. Stop trying to say one's more important because it all makes it all go around. If everybody could create content and reacted to content and then make content, then it wouldn't be dope. So we need
and also there's more content creators than artists. So if the artists need the content creators, it doesn't mean that necessarily you as a content creator is going to benefit from that dynamic.
It's a fact.
M. Reed, what's up, M. Reed? Koala handled it as best he could. When Lupe took the conversation a certain way, he shouted out other creators and held up their merch on screens. I rock with that. I think from the very beginning that conversation had a problem because Lupe came in and he said, we got a problem. We have a one-sided problem. What's your one-sided problem with me? And Koala's immediate response was, oh, you mean like the one-sided problem you have with Kendrick? That set the table for that entire discussion. Like, that is how that started. Now, whether or not you view that as appropriate or offensive, I can't call it. But that's the first 30 seconds of that conversation, or that's how that conversation started. And so
it was aggressive. He could have phrased it in a way that he wouldn't have got such an aggressive response. But I guess Lupe Lupe came in there aggressive, so it was
right because and Koala he made a video called the Lupe Fiasco Problem. So the whole thing from the beginning operated on the energy in which, or at least energy that made sense to me. Yeah, that energy made sense. Now, whether or not it was necessary is a different thing.
And this not a super chat, but I'm just gonna say this: we're trying to do this review tonight, but when we do, it's gonna be King Carson, which is not in our wheelhouse. Which will it's gonna be hilarious if we get. we just need Justin. Justin got to do a couple things, get a haircut, and then do this video. But yes, if we can get to that, You guys do not want to miss that because that shit is going to be funny.
This is true.
That shit is going to be hilarious. I know nothing.
Shout out to Romango. As a fellow streamer, don't worry about the numbers. Look at it this way: 10 people in a physical room is a party. 3,000 in a place is a concert. That's what you were saying the other week.
Yep, I got that from I seen. I think it was Dean the Great, the dude that be with AB.
Yeah,
I didn't originally come with that. I seen him say that, and I'm like, damn.
yeah,
You know, that's big.
it's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
K-Way, Omar, I'm still mad at you for giving that black football player to them white folks. You missed your meal ticket, bro. Shout out to Blindside, though. That's funny. Let me see that story.
He was in Blindside?
I guess so. I've never
Man,
actually
that
seen
nigga
that movie.
Omar is a beast, man.
Yeah, he's a beast, dog. He's a monster.
Beast, man.
DJ Nazla, that was a critique of Lupe, not Justin or the panel. Love Culture United. I'm Muslim, so Lupe means a lot to me on another level. Justin, it's all happening. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, yo, Lupe's story. When I first met Lupe, he was doing Ramadan, looking frail than the motherfucker. Shout out to y'all that do that Ramadan. That's a thing. That ain't no joke. I think this is one of the first times him doing it when we met like years ago. But yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Blue Slide 24, Lupe defended Dot from a Cudi comment in 2014, 2015. Their history is more dynamic than it looks in 2026, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shy knows. So what is your conclusion about Lupe's belief about Kendrick as a rapper after all these years? Where is Lupe on the spectrum of Dot supporter, hater? Well, as of last night, with things Lupe said, whatever it was, it don't sound like it is anymore. But I'll base this off of where I was going into the conversation. I'll say that. And Lupe's not the most gregarious person. I think that Lupe, his demeanor can come off really off-putting. I'm gonna tell you this story real fast, actually. Lupe did a Genius, what do they call it? What does Genius call it when they break down when the artist comes in?
I don't know.
They sit in the little yellow.
Genius.
Yeah, he did a Genius thing where he was breaking down the bars for the song about Panda Express that he did, which was a remix to Designer's Panda. And it was sponsored content. Panda Express wanted to do it. So we're on set that day. I'm there with him. And it's me, Chill, and Lou. And I promise, Lou maybe said 9 words to me for over a 5-6 hour shoot, right? Me and Chill laughing it up, talking it up, handling all kinds of business. But if I wasn't as familiar with Lou, I would have been like, damn, this nigga hate me. Dog, 9 words? I thought we were tight. He ain't say nothing to me all day. And then when he left, he was like, peace and love, all that stuff, and it was really dope. My whole point is, Lupe wasn't upset at me. Lupe just be like that sometimes. Like sometimes Lupe is just sitting here thinking about lectures or weird things. And so it can be off-putting and uncomfortable, especially if you know someone. And, you can get in your own head trying to figure out what's wrong with them and if I did something to offend him. But in that situation, that wasn't the case. And I think a lot of times that's how Lupe comes across. So before yesterday's conversation, I know for a fact that Lupe actually did not have a problem with Kendrick at all. I do think that he definitely believes Kendrick is an incredible artist, but I think when it comes to his definition of lyricism, he doesn't rank Kendrick that high. And I understand that because based on his definition of lyricism, that's not what Kendrick does in his music a whole lot. Now, is his definition of lyricism limiting? Sure, arguably, whatever. Is his definition of what Kendrick does sound like is undervalued based on his definition of lyricism? Absolutely. But that, to me, doesn't equate to what people are saying. They're saying that he's hating and he's jealous and he's bitter. I don't see that, right? I what I see is someone who's experienced so many different things across the music industry spectrum that even just still being here is triggering for him. He's been trying to retire since LUP End. You know, Laser was supposed to be his retirement album. You know, so you've got a guy who's 15 years past his own personal expiration date. And I think that colors his posture 99% of the time. Also, people take him more seriously than I think he takes himself. So when he's joking, they think that's serious.
And Justin, I don't know him like you know him. So sitting over here where I sit, nigga hating. He don't like Kendrick. He don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with him, and he's just telling his truth when he gets there and talk about it, and he feel like he can say it. But I don't know dude personally like you do, so it's different. So from where I'm at, nigga come off real bitter. Nigga come off like he hating. He come off like he don't like the nigga, and he don't fuck with him. He hate the fact that he has to sit up there every time he do an interview and talk about a nigga that he does not fuck with like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He respects what he does and respects his success, but he feels disrespected that this nigga's name is even coming up in his category because he doesn't deem him to be even nice on the mic.
Yeah,
He don't fuck with him. That nigga said Logic better than Kendrick in 2026. Next super chat. And
DM7561, I'm a fan of Lupe Pen, but Lupe Fiasco got 10 years being in his feelings and punching down to people. He needs self-control for someone who is hailed as smart. I went through this in my 20s, we too old. Yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
I feel where you're coming from, but he can do what the fuck he want to do, and that's what he's doing.
Right. A Prominent says, way off topic, I got into Marvin Gaye and D'Angelo. I'm looking for conscious progressive R&B recommendations or great protest songs. Thanks. Who is Joe Scott? I'll tell you that one.
Hold on, I'm looking conscious R&B. Hold on, wait a minute now. You know this is my wheelhouse now.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get here. Let me go back. This is some new shit that. I mean, you should listen to Tierra Whack album. She's dope. It's not really like
It's not R&B though.
Not R&B. I'm just saying.
The album is dope. It's if you want to hear some lyrical exercise from a woman's perspective, Tierra Whack is spitting on there.
She on there spitting. I wasn't prepared. Keep it moving. We're gonna be here all night, but I got some shit though.
Okay.
No, R&B is my shit right now. Go ahead.
K Malone, the battle sparked interest in lyrical breakdowns, creating the perfect moment to showcase Lupe's greatness to a new generation. Koala may have fumbled the moment, but Lupe may have as well. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Examine it. Thanks for the shout out, fam. See y'all at 9 p.m. Word up.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to get my guy to get. We got to get there, man. Come on.
There. I am Karen Lynn. Lupe uses logical fallacy to evade direct questions by giving an irrelevant fact or asserting his authority and your assumed lack of knowledge. I mean, I can see, I hear that. I think I've heard people say this. I just would love an example that people who don't know Lupe or haven't watched his interviews, or even me, can understand directly what you're talking about. Like, give me an example of what that looked like in something that's happened recently. DJ Nasla says, Justin did with Lupe like Ebro and Adeska did with Dot on the Apple Music industry. Lupe is a master MC. The company is a master journalist. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for that. Denise says, Justin, show Stat the video that had a lot of people talking last year on the 7 levels of rappers. Would like to hear his reaction. I'll send it to him and see what he thinks about it. So, oh yeah, you saw this because Lil Xan was like the lowest level. Remember that video? It said the 7 level of rapper and Lil Xan was level 0 or level 1.
Hey yo, check this out.
You saw that, right? I said that to you, right?
And let me do this real quick for y'all, man. Listen, I just want y'all to understand something. That kid from Redlands, California, right? Through rap music, he was able to travel the world. He saw places that he never would have even imagined to see. He took care of his mother, his family. He made millions of dollars doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand he was a kid, and yeah, y'all ain't fucking with the music, cool. But at the end of the day, step outside of it and just think about somebody's life that got to experience that when we just start knocking them down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there was a group of people, lots of them, not no one in here, and I understand that because it's not for you, that loved his music. The kid was his album came out, it was in the top 10. It was like number 9. He sold like 40,000 units the first week. The nigga shit, his single sold 3-4 million albums. Regardless of what we saying it is, it worked for his audience. Everything ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't it, this is not so yeah. I guess in that person's, he's entitled to, he or she that made that list is entitled to the opinion. But understand it's a real person and he got to experience some shit he probably never would have got to experience. He's from Redlands, California. A Mexican kid that looked white. He never would have got that experience, man. Period.
You're going viral today too, by the way. Did you know that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
For what?
For your Section 80 behind the scenes about how it almost didn't come out because today's the 15-year anniversary. So on Twitter, they're sharing that post all over the place.
Well, I mean, it almost didn't come out. Them niggas didn't want to put out Section 80. They told them not to put it out.
It's a good day for us. We got the Lupe stuff going viral. We got the Section 80 stuff going viral.
Hey, yo, so look, after you finish these, I think you should, I'm making an executive decision.
We just skip chart report?
Chart report,
yeah.
And go handle your business so we can get, and maybe if tonight, if you feel like doing it, we could do it after we do Ken Carson's out. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Perfect. Because we still got some super chats.
Exactly.
Tchaikovsky the Destroyer. I heard one of Stat Quo verse in 2004 on a song with Ye called Oh Drama. That shit's still hard, and I still can't get that flow. I just knew you were about to take over Atlanta. You still dope, though.
So that song, Matthew Schultz did a feature for Kanye and paid. That's one of the first paid features that Kanye got for an overseas artist. And then the overseas artist, put it out, but no one heard it in America. So Matt gave it to me, and I put Chameleonaire on it because me and Chameleonaire did a mixtape. And then so on my first mix CD, I had Kanye. I remember showing my mixtape to Lloyd Banks, and he looking at the back of it. It had Kanye. He was on it. He didn't know that he was on it because I took this shit that 50 Cent did for Greg Street in Dallas, like one of those radio promos. Inserted an instrumental part and put my verse in there. I was chopping. I was French Montana and all over
Right. That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. That's behind the scenes right there. Tchaikovsky the Destroyer, which is a name that I love, by the way. It's a great T-shirt.
Yeah.
DM 7561. My staff is looking at me crazy. LOL. When I get my channel, we'll chop it up one day, Justin. But all my super chats were to give you perspective on what your and Lupe's fans are saying. He hurt, want better from him, for him. We want objectivity from Culture United. I appreciate you, bro. I hope your staff looking at you crazy though. That's funny. I appreciate it, man. Let's see what we got here. Star Trek gifted 10 third verse podcast memberships. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Star Trek.
And Blue Slides 24, prime example in life, if you have to say or do anything and people will bring up your name, like Stats said the other day, Kendrick somewhere chilling. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. All right, so that's the last super chat. We will come back around to chart report.
Yes, 9 tonight.
Yeah.
Justin's got to get a haircut. Justin got to get a haircut and do his video. And 9 tonight, we're going to be reviewing the Ken Carson album, which is going to be hilarious because just truthful, even though I work with Lyrical Lemonade, it's not necessarily my pocket of, but I'm going to study some Ken Carson to get in his zone. I'm gonna give you the benefit of doubt, Ken. I'm with you, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to give you a good review, but I'm assuming it's about to be some wump pump.
Yo, and thank you everyone who checked out Culture United last night, checking out the show today.
Yes.
And thank you for everybody's feedback. I'm not someone who ever moves as if he's above criticism and critique. You know what I'm saying? And so, everything you guys said, I understand where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, and I appreciate you letting me know. You know what I mean?
And thank you, Omar, for pulling up.
Big shout out to Omar Dorsey.
Yes.
That's my man right there.
Yeah, man. And always, and even when DJ ain't here, he's still here with us, man. That's our
brother.
white brother. That's
Yeah.
our brother, man.
Big shout out to all the mods. Big shout out to Lils, Aaron, everybody on the team. And we'll see you this evening.
Peace.
Peace.
Whatever you wanna know, whoever you wanna see, the place you all need to be, the place you can't leave, the seed that plants seeds, the place you allowed to talk free. Whatever you wanna know, whoever you wanna see, the place you all need to be, the place you can't leave, the seed that plants seeds, the place you allowed to talk free.